guys, what's going on? FY My Pawn here, and welcome back to Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. Since we last left off, if I do recall correctly, we managed to clear the entirety of the Footfall station, at least for the most part. There's a little bit that we still have to explore, but ultimately, we are going to be heading off into space and seeing what we can find. Hopefully, we can find our next planet with relative ease, but of course, we've got many things to go along with along the way, so I guess we will see how things pan out by the end of it. But for this stream, what we're going to be doing is we are going to be exploring the fringes of space and seeing what we can find, gathering what we can, and ultimately building up our economy. But I digress. Without further ado, let's get into things and see what happens. Now, if I do recall correctly, we do have to, we've got quite a bit to do. Essentially, we've got to explore the fringes of space, and we are going to be trying to aim for a singular planet. So that is what we're going to be trying to aim for, assuming we have the time and, ability to explore and, find what we're looking for. Of course, it's going to take time, but that is something I am expecting to do. But I digress. So, to start off with, we're going to go to the Coronis Expanse map here. And I do have a setup in mind in regards to how I plan to travel to all the planets, but it's just going to take time more than anything. So, for now, let's just start by going off into the map of the Coronis Expanse, which is this button in the bottom right here. By going into the Coronis Expanse, well, once it loads, we are given a blank canvas, as it were. This canvas basically has a bunch of planets once we get to the point of exploration. But, to start with, we are going to chart new courses. Just a simple charting allows for a viewing of as many planets as we possibly can. Now, we can't go to the Imperium. I do believe that is landlocked. We can go to the Cradle of Capari and the Platinum Stellos, but we're not going to be going there. Instead, we're going to go to Sato's Tomb to start with. I do believe that is the most ideal right now. So we're just going to make a quick warp travel, and we're going to visit. We can, of course, chart new courses every time we enter a new planet. That is going to give us some points. But to start with, let's just take it easy and just go through each combat as we go. Oh, and I should note, exploring planets is a means to get experience. So it is absolutely required of us to explore as many planets as possible in order to make our character as strong as possible before we run into anything too dangerous. I will go over how planetary drills work, but we will have to find ideal, markers that I would like to place at. But I digress. I'm rambling at this point. For now, let's see what space combat we've got here. It shouldn't be too hard, given this is the early game. But who knows? Anything can go. Alright, we are dealing with 3 Cobra-class destroyers. This could be way worse in hindsight, but I do believe we can handle these 3 with relative ease. It's just a matter of doing enough damage. So we're gonna set up some... Okay, these are the macro cannons. We want to set up some missiles here. Alright, I'm gonna start by blowing the ever-living hell out of this core class destroyer. Alright, here we go. Absolutely destroy him with some big damage. Now if I go here, move up a little bit, I can just deal with him. Just naturally. And we want to go as far as to here, so that way we can just start wailing in on this guy from the side. And then we just want to park right beside him, because why not? That should work for us in our favor. And the missiles will start working their way to trying to hit something. Or at least, hopefully, we will be able to get it to hit something. Yeah, the plasma torpedoes get on our merry way. And we've got an ideal spot here. We're just going to go for the target here on the torpedoes. And that should blow him up. There we go. That is the potency of what happens when you deal with a missile barrage on full blast. Okay, we're gonna rotate here. There we go. We are going to start blasting this guy. That's gonna get us 2 hits. Oh, it looks like they are choosing to run. That isn't gonna stop us from what I'm about to do, though, so... Once we just move over to here, all we gotta do is just blast them with the main beam cannon. And there we go. We had an extra shot just in case, but it's not necessary. We haven't got enough experience to level up, but we do get some ancient machinery, which can be used to increase our reputation. With the... I forget what they're called, but I know they're important. But I digress. Let us start by going over to this planet here and beginning a scan. Alright, we are given a Sato's tomb and a plasteel mine. Now, normally I wouldn't gather as many well, in this instance, plasteel is actually a good idea. So, here we're given resources. Plasteel basically works as a... It basically covers machines, armor, that sort of thing. It's good to have an early lead on plasteel, but it's not required, because you get a lot at the end game. These extractums are used to place down on things like plasteel here, and you can basically have them just add to a resource. They're basically like, they're like outposts. If you give a outpost a specific item, then it's going to increase the quality of your kingdom, I should say. I guess we'll get into it further when we actually get into building, but ultimately, just think of extractums as ways to get special resources. I think there are some exclusion zones on resources, but other than that, you should be fine. Imperium cartographers and chroniclers know this place well. Long ago, the planet was a prosperous outpost, capable of eclipsing even Footfall. There used to be a Cyclopean tomb stationed on its orbit, the final resting place of the Cornelius Sato, one of the discoverers of the Coronis Expanse. The tomb gives its name to the entire system. However, about 400 years ago, an unknown cosmic body rammed into the station, causing it to collapse on the planet. Not only did the catastrophe kill the settlers, it also made the world uninhabitable for centuries. The crater formed by the station's impact can still be observed from orbit. Sato's tomb became a sepulchre for the entire planet. The sordid place had neither life nor loot, but knowing the nasty tricks... yeah. So basically, nothing really there. I assume that there's like a check there that entails that you get something, but for now, we're not too worried about it. Regardless, the space dust will be enough of a reward because we do get some... yeah, we get a bunch of fuel as a result of just exploring around. Regardless, we will now go to the map of the Coronis Expanse, and this is that first... well, that's our first planet explored and cleared. Pretty self-explanatory. If we chart new routes, we should get a link to Avarice. So we're gonna save here. Honestly, with space travel, you don't need to save as much, I personally believe, but I'm still gonna play safe. I wish to inform you that the sacred rituals addressing you to the spirit of the ship have been performed. The techno-liturgy and the rite of the machine pressing ended, with data intermediate in order to comprehend the nature of the miracle stamped down by the Omnissiah. Acquisition of sacred knowledge has not been recorded. However, the spirit of the void ship was able to call upon the power of the machine god and activate the warp. Drive remains an unknown. Yet, during my meditative ritual, the Omnissiah gave me an equally valuable revelation. The sacred spirit that lives in the bowels of the ship mechanisms differs from other analogous forms. The spirit holds a unique power that cannot be called anything less than a blessing of the machine god. So what does that mean? Hypothesis. In extremis, the ship's spirit is capable of making unpredictable calculations and actions. It is impossible to predict how it will behave in any given situation, but I believe the spirit is currently showing obedience, at least for now. I recommend that we continue monitoring the ship and be prepared for new manifestations. The report is received. Thank you, Pascal. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all. Alright. Well, with that, we go to Avorius, and we chart new routes, because we can do that before or after, if we so desire. It does appear that there is no link beyond just going to and from here, so we're just going to visit here and go from there. Now, there is merits to decreasing the veil, but we will go over that in due time. And it seems like we are going to be hitting our first Footfall. But before that, we do want to explore these planets because each one's going to give us experience. And I do want to at least cover that before we go any further. If we even go any further. Alright, Adamantine. Adamantine is one of the few rare resources that we can muster, I do believe. So it's definitely worth gathering. So I'm going to pin one here. And there is two other resources we want to look out for. I do believe Xenotech is also one of those rare resources that we need to look out for. So we need to look out for Xenotech. And I think Foulstone is actually pretty good. But other than that, try to avoid most unless they're giving you like +5. But I digress. Alright, the Hermitage. A small human dwelling stands on this barren, deserted planet. Scouts report that an old hermit lives here, who spends his days in prayer to the Emperor. Let's ask the old hermit for a blessing. To Lord Captain's surprise, the old hermit turned out to be a navigator. When the old man discovered the noble status of his visitor, he willingly recounted his tale. He had retreated to the planet long ago, back when he was still in his youth, after he had realized that his mind would not withstand the frequent forays into the Immaterium, the realm of the Archenemy. The hermit spoke with pride about how he worshipped the Emperor each and every moment of his life. But when he mentioned the golden light of the Astronomicon, his voice quivered. When his guests left, he stared at them for a long time, his gaze filled with sadness. Well, that's sad. Oh well. Not a huge problem, but hey, there you go. We'll begin our scan here. Alright, just experience, that's fine. What about here? Alright, we've got a smuggler's cache and provisions. Provisions we don't need as many, I guess. You know what? Let's get a baseline. Let's get provisions, let's get plasteel and adamantine, why not? Alright, but we do get some other supplies. We get some frag grenades, a crack grenade, which is really going to be useful to us. And we should be good to go. Alright, so, Space Hulk here. I actually don't want to explore the Space Hulk just yet, for a number of reasons. We're going to collect that. But we do not want to explore the Space Hulk because I've come to learn that this is a very dangerous area. Early on in my first playthrough of the game. We can explore it and scan it, but I'm not going to be going onto the Space Hulk for a number of reasons. But yeah, no, we're not going to be going onto Space Hulk. As much as I would love to explore it, it's not something we want to explore right now. Especially for our current level. I know this for a fact that I'm only going to be suffering if I go on that planet. Well, if I go on that ship, I should say. But yeah, no, we're gonna go to the Tekelos Epsilon, or at least that's the plan. We're going to reduce the difficulty down to unsafe with the Ternitus. Because I do want to at least make it like a yellow line, because yellow is... Oh, whoops. Not what I meant to do. But yeah, no, So there's going to be 4 difficulties of space route that you're going to uncover, rather. There is going to be green. Green is relatively safe, so no anomalies should work. Or no anomalies should impede you. There is yellow, which allows you to travel them, but it's a little bit unsafe. It's not like the most perfect warp, but it will get you to where you're going, essentially. Then there's the orange, which is even more dangerous than yellow. It's going to be a little bit more, it's going to be problematic, but it's not impossible to deal with, I'm going to say. So if you wanted to, you could just, you could warp to a orange if you really wanted to, and you're not, you know, hard-pressed. But I would advise against using it often, if you can. For now, though, we're just going to visit all the planets, make sure we get our scans in, because each one is 50 experience of gain. So you might as well get the experience while you get the chance. What I should do, though, before I go any further, is I'm going to go to Void Ship Management here. Alright, we are going to go into Posts here. Right, we need a Warp Channeler here. I believe I put... Yeah, I put you in the Warp Channeler position. Okay, there we go. That'll have to do. We will save once again, just to make sure we're up to date on the exploration. And now we're just going to go to this unknown ship and engage it. Because I do believe this is going to be one of our a little bit harder of a battle. But all this for upgrades is required. As long as we do this, we should be golden for the most part. Ow. Okay, immediately going for the hits. Okay, we got an Iconoclast class destroyer. Interesting choice of units, but no big deal. Oh god. Yeah, no, they're laying into us now, huh? But yeah, no, this is where the game is like, nope, no more holding your hands. You've got to learn how to fight. And needless to say, it's not going to be a fun experience, as you can probably imagine. There we go. Set up these. Alright, we're going to move over to here. There we go. If I move here... It's a bit risky doing it this way, but that's fine. We want to go here, I do believe. We're going to restart our shields just so we can get a refresh here. This is to recover the shields that currently have a 70 on our ship currently. We are going to need to obviously blast these guys a little bit more, because obviously we're getting a bit too damaged now. But hopefully we'll be able to survive this with how much we've done thus far. Okay, they're really trying to blow us up, to no avail. Yeah, they're really trying to blow up the missiles, but to no... Oh, they have only just decided to put themselves... Oh, never mind. Okay, they haven't put themselves in a position where they're gonna be a problem. But thankfully, what I can do is just this. Boom. Okay, we are going to move here. Okay, we are going to do this. This is going to start whittling them down. There we go. We are in a bit of a pickle here. Okay, if I do this, I can flip myself around. I think I'm going to do that. So, yeah, no, we're being given various ship options. This is just to get us across. And hopefully we won't die because of all these, but we'll have to see. It really just depends on our luck at this point. Well, that and our shields. Because we're currently at a predicament where we're probably going to have to repair everything. Oh well. We are going to set up some missiles here. Alright, we're going to move up one. There we go. Somehow we managed. We are going to move all the way up to here. Okay, I think we've actually managed to get away with this. It's a bit of a damaging victory, but you know, we're making our goals to level up. That's the most important right now. We do get a new cannon though as a result, which gives us a short-range cannon that deals 4 shots that deals 21 damage per shot. All right. Well, we're gonna make an effort to upgrade our ship now, and we will basically rebuild from here. As you can see, we don't take as much damage, but we are, of course, going to need to repair the hull first. This does mean that we lose out on some things here and there. We can't upgrade our ship, sadly, but it could be worse, to be fair. For now, though, we get 2 new abilities that we can choose from. Out of everything, we do already have torpedo control, so that's nice. I think what we need right now is we need... I already have these features. Okay, so let's see. We can either reinforce our shields, which will, Yeah, we're going to take reinforced shields. This is a good idea. And I'm going to take Warp Wave, arguably, because it is going to be another thing that we can use to deal damage. So early on, that's a really good thing for us. But extra defense and extra damage is ideal for our current circumstance. Plus, it also opens up the variety with our ships, so all the better. Well, with that, we can't really do much else, so we're just going to close out. There is a few unknown ships, but I do believe I can just go back to our bridge here. And I do believe we can sell some stuff. And hopefully I have enough to actually... Well, hopefully, anyways, I do have enough that I can use to upgrade our ship a little bit. Because I do believe that we've reached the point with enough ship battles to at least get 1 level in the Imperium. But regardless, we are going to go over to here. Now, a good thing to note. I think I already said this, but you always want to go into your inventory and put these into cargo. So if you see a purple border like you did with that inventory space, you need to put them into your, you need to put them away. I'm just gonna go through the information just because I can. Okay. We're just going to go through these conversations, but basically we need to go... Alright, anyways. We're not going to replace the painting. I do have a reason for doing that, but I digress. Alright. I would like to order the shipping. We need to go right over to the captain here. We are going to show tradable. We only got 300, sadly, so nothing that we can actually use to upgrade our gear. We do get another short, we do get another Mars pattern battery, though, so that's worth noting. We can get some scrap boxes, which will help facilitate our ship into new levels of power. But all of it comes in due time. We're not going to be getting there just yet, but hey. We're doing what we can in such the early stages, as you can imagine. Alright, we got 3 unknown ships from the looks of it. This is going to be a difficult fight, I predict. But yeah, no, as you can see, Plasteel 7. There's a, Plasteel is very common. Don't expect to grab it all the time. Just grab what you need. But ideally you want to grab the highest value Plasteel and all the other stuff. There is other areas that are of lower quality, so don't be too surprised, but I digress. We're gonna save here, and let's go to the unknown ships. Let's see how we fare in combat against them. Hopefully for the better. Alright.
Be your beacon in the darkness.
Ah, we're dealing with aeldari. Great. Okay, so aeldari are a bit of an interesting little breed. You do not want to engage them directly in combat. Ideally, you want to throw missiles at them. And you want to avoid their missiles, naturally. Because, they're not fun. If I recall, yeah. So if we go into, yeah, no, they got detonation. They're got significant evasion. But the biggest problem is going to be the aeldari, because they have things like hollow fields, which prevent them from actually attacking us. Well, not so much that, but each attack made by an enemy has the equal chance of targeting either the real ship or one of its projections. So, they basically got, I guess if we were put into D&D terms, they basically got a mirror image, as it were. But that is why I'm going through the effort of, yeah, so if I were to now flip them? Okay, that would make it a little easier for us to get through here. I think if I mount myself over to here, I should be good. Yeah, this will get me close enough to attack this guy. Well, it won't get me close, but it'll get me really close. So it'll be enough to at least get this off. There we go. And while I'm not close enough to attack him, I can still attack his missiles just to weaken them a little bit. I'll go for the attacks on the Shadow Hunter here. There we go. We're slowly weakening them. And we just want to set up a missile. Let's go here, because I do believe that missiles just bypass this issue. So that's a good thing. But yeah, no, we want to avoid the, as much of the, yeah, we want to avoid as much of the, neutron torpedoes as we can. Oh, Shadow Lance. That was, horrible. Okay. That's going to be a problem if they attack us. Oh, they've attacked us again. There goes our defenses. Okay, our torpedoes are not going to be fast enough to get anywhere close, I do believe. Which sucks. But I can post them right here, though. Which will get me as close as I possibly can to them. Alright. Alright, so if I move here... Alright, I can get a pot shots on the aeldari here. There we go. Now, if I flip them... There we go, we deal some extra damage as a result, which is what we wanted. Okay, we won't be able to... Okay, these neuron torpedoes probably are going to cause us problems, so I don't really want to go any further with that. I am going to use torpedo control to try and get the extra movement here. Oh, perfect. We can actually get close enough to set off these plasma torpedoes. And we're just going to detonate on the, there. But yeah, that's how effective torpedoes could be against these guys. So if you're going to fight aeldari or the Drakari, definitely use torpedoes. They are going to save your life. I assure you. Alright, we're going to make a swing run here, which will put us as far as we possibly can. And it'll flip our ship. There we go. And we just want to... Okay, they're facing away from us, but that's fine. We can't exactly target them anyways. We are going to go for a... Let's protect our port, I do believe. I think that's ideal. And you know what? We'll restart our shields just to be safe, so that way we can get a full recovery. And not risk losing our ships, Not risk losing our ship's shields, put simply. Alright, the neutron torpedoes are going to try and get to us, but to no avail. Okay, we are going to set up some torpedoes here. Alright, we're going to move here. And we're just going to set up the shield in the front here, I think. We can't really do much, sadly, but we can just flip him. There we go. Force him to turn a different direction. And as a result, he's going to try and get back at us. But thankfully, we do have a barrier on our front shield, so we're having a little bit of an easier time. But before long... Kaboom. We'll just flip the neutron torpedoes out of the way. We'll give them a barrage just to make sure we're getting rid of them. And I guess what we can do here is just make a circle around past them, which will save us a whole lot of trouble. And we'll just do this. Not that we need to, but whatever. Yeah, they're just going to be lasting the torpedoes, and, you know, we should be able to just outlast them at this point. So if we just run away here, we should be able to be fine. Alright, with that, though, the torpedoes are basically just going to fizzle out because they won't last long enough. There you go, and that's combat.
Another victory for the Von Valancius dynasty.
And hey, that gives us some Wraithbone fragments, which gives us some aeldari benefits, but other than that, nothing too crazy. Alright. I think we explored all these 3 worlds, yep. So we don't need those. We'll just explore this last one here. Alright, we are left with the Monastery of the Order of the Hammer. We're going to save here, because I do believe this gives us even more experience on top of everything that we've been doing thus far. But yeah, Foulstone. Lord Captain, we've received a transmission from Foulstone. It was sent by members of the Order of the Hammer, mortuaries of St. Nagius, whose monastery is the only settlement on the planet. Or rather, it used to be. Some time ago, a transport vessel, the Navica, unloaded several thousand refugees from a planet belonging to rogue trader Winterscale. The Order of the Hammer has judged the invasion to be an act of aggression and is asking for your lordship's protection. Those people are victims, not invaders. Prepare my shuttle. I shall head down to the planet to resolve this conflict. As it pleases your lordship. 11 days after the Feast of Passing, Nicomedes Keith, the champion of faith, Dipitude, marred the calm of the monastery and Order of the Hammer. Countless tortured souls, steeped in fear, arrived on Foulstone. In a starbark, a great apostasy has befallen their home and turned it into abject wanderers, seeking help and refuge. Their wicked and cruel captain, the owner of Navica, had betrayed them. Once the unknowing souls in his care had made landfall on the world's surface, he most deviously recalled his shuttles and left, thus ridding himself of his duty of care to the unfortunate lot. Not knowing how they would survive Foulstone's grim wastelands, the Forsaken people came to the monastery of St. Cogitaeus, and there they surrounded its walls. They hammered their fists on its gate and implored and wailed, "Take us in! Protect us!" And what once was a place of serenity and grace was now full of din, disorder, and all matters of thing despicable. The interlopers brought with them worldly futility and strife. After a prayer, the prelate Hectarius turned his eye to the past, in search of instruction. Prelate Hectarius recalled the first missionaries to set foot on Foulstone's vast wasteland, led by their zeal for serving St. Cogitaeus. And those missionaries had received the blessing of Nicomedes Keith, the champion of faith who would travel with them into Starbark, to found in this place a humble and pure abode wherein to cultivate wisdom and piety. And St. Cogitaeus, the man's great endeavor, is a warrior and wise artificer, never cowered behind the walls of a Liberium, but steeped bravely into the darkness, carrying light in the palm of his hand, as he commanded others to do the same. And not only Foulstone, but many other worlds of the Cronus Expanse bear its imprint. And the prelate, Hectarius, did welcome the interlopers warmly as his guests, but he did warn his brethren to keep their vigilance. The brethren and sisters of the Order of Hammer came forth to meet the strangers, carrying water and protein towels, and medicinal herbs and jugs of promethium. But the crowd came to blows over viands, and blood was spilt, and many were trampled or mauled in stampede, some of them dwellers of the monastery. Then the warriors of the Order of the Hammer donned their flak cowls, inscribed words of praise to the God Emperor on their tactical visors, and went forth ready to render services in battle. With lasgun and bolters, they pierced the interlopers with chainswords and plower flails. They struck them, and a great and bloody harvest was reaped that day. But the interlopers too, scant though their armaments was and scanter their skills in battle, slew many among the monastery's dwellers, for great were the numbers and greater the desperation. The monks fled beyond their walls, and rang the vox alarum, and shut the gate, and commanded the armed guards to keep watch over that gate, slaying any who approached. A quarrel broke out. The hungry and sick lay siege to the monastery, begging for help. In their spite, they blocked the water collector and unpowered the generatorum. The faithful, in the meantime, made ready to resist. And a miracle came to pass. The God Emperor sent his champion, his confidant, his right hand, the rogue trader of the blessed House von Valentius. May the light of his grace remain upon it forever. The blessed rogue trader. Let's summon Prelate Hectarius and the leaders of the interlopers to hold each to account for their deeds. The strangers, prodigious in number, beseeched the rogue trader to take them in and give them shelter and protection as to his own servants. And spake they, saying, Long have we wandered, swiftly we have fled. Many a woe and ordeal has befallen us. Of many a feather and son we are bereft. Now the warp has taken the last of our strength, and we shall flee no more. And they spake, further saying, Without thy holy protection we are doomed, for we fear annihilation at the hands of our kin, who remained behind, for having fallen away from the sublime light of the Emperor. They have descended into bloody sedation, and become murderers of no mercy. Quoth Perlet Hitarius, Ours is of pure and secluded abode. By worldly futility we are untouched, and so we wish to remain. These unknowing souls seek to capture our abode. Avert this calamity of ours, for they are the people, malicious and mudicious and misfaceted. Or whatever how he says. Then quoth he, If it be thy wish to confer land upon these wretches, confer it. For Foulstone has arid land in abundance, but make it not our duty to care for them. For that is not our path. Provide for them and provide for us, and we shall acknowledge thee as our planetary sovereign. I am going to extend the veil of protection over the interlopers, taking them into his care, and thereby all of Foulstone with them. Humbly, the Order of the Hammer heeded the God Emperor's confidant, and unsealed the airlocks, and opened the gate to its abode, and brought forth gifts of virtue, to relieve the suffering of the ill-stricken. After a prayer, the architects set to work, in accordance with the saint's teachings, and the parameters set forth in the standard temple construct. They erected spacious living quarters, and the study fort walls, for the planetary militia, and the space auditorium therein, to trade and store goods, and a proud censorum within those wall clerks and servo bondsmen would maintain order and keep statistical records. And a new yet righteous way of life came to Foulstone, and the people rejoiced, and all was good. Foulstone. Now, if you go the heretical path with this planet, you do not get the ability to actually obtain this planet. I just figured that'd be a noticeable interest. So if you're going heretical, don't use the heretical option here because you lose out on an entire planet. You will lose out on a lot of stuff, so definitely keep that in mind as you're going through these. You do get a bunch of stuff as a result, though, so definitely consider what you're going to go with, ultimately. Let's see. We can get a bunch of holy gifts, no matter what we go with. It just depends on what we go for. We can get Prophet Pactor, Security, and Holy Gifts, and we can go with the Emperor's Retribution, which will give us a bonus crit against Chaos enemies. Not that good for us. We don't need the boost to Prow shield sectors, so honestly we don't need that. Instead, I'm going to be going for St. Drusus. The powerful, influential cult of St. Drusus is willing to take young abodes of faith under its wing. However, the Order of the Hammer sets these gifts with caution, wary of the figures of Drusus eclipsing their own patron saint, contagious, in the heart of their flock. I think out of everything, I do want this, because it's going to give us reputation with the Drusians. And because of what I need to do with the Drusians, this is ideal. So we're going to execute the commandment for St. Drusus. This is going to unlock a whole bunch of other slew of perks. So if you're looking to upgrade, definitely consider some of these things. This is going to help you or your party as a whole, so definitely consider looking into what you can go for. But yeah, no, definitely go Iconoclast if you want to keep this planet, if you're going heretical, because losing out on a planet really sucks. I know this from experience because I did the exact same thing here. But I digress. Let's see. I think we're going to focus on the Drusians here, so we want the Ceremony of the Faithful at least. Beyond that, I think Frequency of Faith is certainly going to help. We get 3 times our Dogmatic rank critical hit chance, which is going to stack for everything. We will get Complacency across all sectors, but that's fine. There is a few other things that we can grab. Getting the bonus to Evasion would be nice, but not required. We will be blocking Maglev Railways, though, so that's worth noting. So we won't be able to upgrade our Explorator rep if we go with this, but that's fine. We're going with this, I think. Let's see, what else is there? Dirty bureaucracy. We don't need that. Well, actually, it does require reputation with Drusians. I don't know. We'll have to think about what we go with, but ultimately it really depends on us and what we do. Crusade. Accusation of Heresy. Rogue Trader and their allies gain 20 boosted damage against daemons. We gain... Yeah, player character gains the accusation of Heresy, which is... Yeah, so we get extra damage against daemons, which is going to help us long term. So I think Crusade is going to be our go-to. We can also get 10 bonus to all characteristics during warp battles. Or warp encounter battles, rather. Alternatively, we get the Accuser of Sin. Or we go with the Shrine, which will give us the Hammer of Epiphany. I don't know. I'll have to give it some thought on what I go with. I'm definitely leaning towards the Crusade, because it'll give us +3 security for all colonies, which is a high boon. Or we can go with Drusus's Footsteps, because I do believe that actually unlocks something special. But I'm not sure. I'll have to look deeper into it, but Foulstone is now ours. So I'm not complaining. We're going to quickly repair our ship. Let's see. Do we have enough to level up our ship? No, we do not, sadly, but that's fine. We are going to go to the Coronis Expanse and see what else we can find along the way. Because there is plenty to explore. Naturally. Okay. With that, though, we've got the Omnicron and the System Sepulchre, or Sepulchre, or however you spell it. We can go to Kekalos Epsilon, if we really wanted to. But I'm not going to go there just yet. I'm going to continue exploring just a little bit longer before I finish up here. So we're going to go to the Omnicron here. There we go. We're going to chart new routes. I do believe this just links to Sepulchre. Yep. We are now going to go visit this planet and see what other planets we can find. Every little experience counts for us. Okay, space dust usually just confers us... Yep, gas. Every little bit is appreciated. Let's explore these planets here real quick. Okay, we get ourselves a magnetic storm. The magnetic storm raging above the planet blurs the gaze of the augur rays. Only truly powerful diviner machines may see through the currents of magnetic fluctuations in their blessed vigil and discover the mysteries of this Emperor's forsaken planet. The Rogue Trader has decided to leave this unwelcome world. Maybe he will return one day. Okay, so the Savannah World has something. Interestingly, we'll begin our scan here. We've got another, we got an inhabited world here, which is interesting. So that's another thing that we can find. What do we got here? The ruins of the ancient imperial city were discovered on a dead world completely derived of an ecosystem. According to the reports, the entire settlement is contained in a glass dome that once held an artificial atmosphere. The augurs detected the framework of 3 other similar structures that were never completed. For whatever reason, the dome system failed and left behind a city. A ghost that never managed to become a proper colony of the Imperium. Let's explore the city's temple district. Okay, we get some holy gifts, and we get a blessed bolter casing. The God Emperor statue, yep, we get a bunch of other stuff. Soon enough, they stumbled upon an ancient weapon lying in a pedestal wreathed in sunlight. The blessed bolter casing is a very, very useful item if you're using a bolter. You'll understand soon why. Well, you'll understand it a bit when I open my inventory, but I digress. Let's explore the local palace. We get a ghost sword, and we get a profit factor of 1. Let's gather as many supplies as we can. We are going to get the provisions, we're going to get Mechanicus creations, ranged weaponry, and uniform kits. And finally, let's drain the remaining fuel. Because it's clear nobody's going to be here, so might as well loot what we can. Finally, we are left with this planet. And this is probably just going to be nothing, I think. No, it's actually a plasteel, which is only 2, so not worth it. We will have to keep this Savannah world in mind, though, because obviously it's got something for it, so there you go. But I digress. We are going to make our way over to the system of Sekupu, or however you spell it, anyways. Commissioned a report, Lord Captain. I keep receiving messages about strange behaviors in certain ship systems. All decks report uncontrollable openings and closing of doors, gates, and airlocks. Ultimately, these are the warp fluctuations that I'm talking about. All you need to worry about them if you're on a yellow line is that they're gonna interrupt you, but otherwise they won't do anything that's actively going to harm your kingdom. Or it's actively going to harm you. We're going to use some of our points here from our Navigator's Insight to reduce the difficulty to here. This will just save us some time. And we're going to go to Teklos Epsilon, I guess. Before we do, though, I am going to go into Void Ship Management here. No, wait, no, not that. I'm going to go into our inventory, actually. Let's go into here. We're going to put this into cargo. Now, I do want to talk about that bolter casing, because that actually is a very good item if you're looking to get into bolters. And it might be something that we even look into. Nope, that's not that. Here we go. Single attacks with bolter weapons automatically hit the target. If you're looking for a very, very useful item that goes single... Well, if you're looking for a bolter that you're going to single target every single time, definitely consider the Blessed Bolter casing, because it's really going to be really useful for you. Given that we aren't the type to use these sorts of things, we probably won't go into Blessed Bolter casings. But if you're playing a character who knows how to use bolters, definitely give it to him. Or give it to them, because they will be able to, you know, chain attacks after attacks after attacks. Even if it's just a bolter pistol. Just single attacks with them, it really helps you a lot. Especially if you're going melee and you want to swap between the sworded board sort of style like I've got here. Because you can really get some damage in if you go with a hand bolter. And just combine that together. Because you could do a bolter shot, attack, bolter shot, attack. It can get absurd if you know what you're doing. But I digress. I'm rambling at this point. Lord Captain, I hasten to report the disturbing news brought to me by the machine spirits of the ship. The matter is extremely delicate and concerns Lady Cassia. You see, since her first day aboard, her presence has been a disturbance to the crew's way of life. If you'll allow it, I've prepared a detailed report. Deliver your report. The first incident occurred immediately after our departure from Urak 5. The Lady Navigator chastised one of the ship's runners, after which he went to his living quarters, killed his family, then shot himself. The second incident was noted while traversing the warp. The Lady Navigator gave the pilots the wrong instructions, and the void ship was thrown off course. For a matter of minutes. But this was enough for the forces of the Immaterium to anger the machine spirits, enough for them to start fire in the service bay. After that, officers living near the navigator's quarters began expressing extreme emotions. Hysteria, apathy, euphoria, rage. This is quite detrimental to the crew's morale and performance. The last incident was recorded on Footfall. Around 100 living birds were delivered on board during our stay on Footfall. Each bird cost a hefty sum, but I have failed to discover their purpose and subsequent fate. I was also told a conflict between the Lady Navigator and the Seneschal. Alas, with no details. If you like, you can ask Master Werishin directly. Things are even worse with J. Hidari. I intercepted a Voxcast, which she promised she would, and I quote, "end that Kasha, if she ever saw her again." If I may, Lord Captain, the Lady Navigator's state of mind worries me. She is self-contained and does not mesh well with the crew at all, which is why everyone avoids her. Even senior officers can be superstitious. I fear that only you are in a position to talk to her on an equal footing and improve the situation, for the sake of the crew's safety, and that of Lady Cassia herself. Alright, so it seems like we got a bit of an issue brewing, so we should probably deal with that first before we go any further. So let us go back to the ship, or back to the bridge, I should say, and let's resolve that real quick. We're going to quickly go talk with the other two first before we do, because we should probably confirm what J. Hidari and the Seneschal were arguing about. But other than that, we should be fine. Alright, Abelard.
Lord Captain.
I hear you and Cassie exchanged words recently. What happened?
And who brought this piece of news to you, I wonder? Then again, I have nothing to hide from you. Of late, the helmsmen have been going off course with increasing frequency, and the reports are full of contradicting accounts. The problem continued, even after several demotions were handed out, so I took it upon myself to investigate. I was astonished to learn that our Lady Navigator has been amending entries in the ship's log, and the officers have been keeping silent on her orders. I immediately demanded an end to the outrageous conduct, and I reprimanded Lady Cassia in front of the officers. She greeted my words with silence, and then quickly departed. I should not have acted thus. I never even found out what drove her to do it.
Alright. I've discovered that there are caches left by Theodora somewhere on Dargonis and Kiavagama. You know anything about this?
It is wise for a rogue trader to have caches where they can safely store important information. And utterly unwise to share the coordinates of such caches with anyone. Even one's most trusted associates. I'm afraid I do not know how to find the caches, but I can offer some help. Your predecessor used this numeric code to deactivate certain defense systems in her service. If I know Lady Theodora as well as I think, then I'm quite certain that she left her caches well guarded. In that case, this code will be useful to you.
Alright. But yeah, that's the thing. We're going to talk with the J. Hidari, figure out what she was arguing about.
May the Exalted One protect you. Have you grown bored with our little talk, Shireen?
I heard you had a falling out with Cassia. You even threatened to kill her.
So, Vigdis is snooping in on my Vox line. I wasn't threatening your navigator. I didn't even think about it. I was just relaxing in the good company of fragrant Amasak, sweet-scented Laho, and a handful of new friends from the upper decks. And right in the middle of the fun, the Lady Navigator swoops in and starts jabbering about how her head is about to split from the cacophony of colors coming from our cabin. Long story short, Shireen, I had the misfortune of getting a taste of what your officers have been going on about. They say when the Orselio girl becomes upset, everyone in the vicinity loses their minds and is overtaken by Aji. And it hurt like anything. I can only remember everyone huddling in a corner, wailing like klaxons. As for Cassia, I think Cassia was flustered by the state of our clothes, which were very meager back then, as you understand. Before I could get my bearings, the porting was gone. The whole situation was awkward. As for the threats, they were addressed to one of the girls I'd been foolish enough to invite to our little party. That Cassia used the confusion to pilfer a full pouch of the Lahoff from under my nose.
Ah. I'll see you later then.
Oh, I have no...
Yeah, no. Alright, anyways. Oh. Did nobody bother to clear that corpse? Whatever. Don't waste me in my future.
All right, let's hear what they're whispering about you. An ancient world with a riven heart. Find the path to it, and its riches will be yours. But paths there are two, and both will cloak you in disgrace, and neither is what it seems. What will you choose, rogue trader? The fall of the Empyrean, or the fall of the dead gods? In the cradle of your ancestors, a black dragon hungers, cunning and spitting venom. Many paths lead from home, but only one leads back to it, black and full of sorrow. When you start along the path, make haste. Make haste. Another road. The road begins at the threshold of the expanse and leads to the bowels of the emerging world. Reading the threads of fate is not meant for you, slave of the enthroned corpse. Step into the embrace of doom, for thus was it preordained by the architect of fates.
Oh god.
That wasn't me. I swear on everything that's holy. I don't know what the second road is or who watches over it, but I beg you, stay away from it.
Huh, okay. Good to know.
Of course. I'm sorry, Lord Captain. The voices are going wild. I can't make out a thing.
Yeah, okay. That gets really crazy. Huh. Okay, good to note. Good to note. So things are getting up pretty fucking wild. Putting it lightly. So we gotta be quick on our feet and explore as fast as we possibly can. Although, given our circumstances, we can't really push as fast as we can. So we're just gonna have to hope that we can go as far as we can without pushing the boundaries. Regardless. Let's go have a chat with Cassia here.
Words cannot describe how boring the bridge is without our stimulating conversations.
I have heard rumors that you're not getting along well with the crew. Panic flashes in her ruby's eyes, and your heart starts beating a little faster while your hands grow cold.
Not here. I'm begging you. Aren't noblemen supposed to discuss such things away from the servants?
Let us go to my study. No one will disturb us there.
Then lead the way, and I will answer all of your questions.
Good. What is it you wanted to talk about, Lord Captain? I have nothing to say to your unfounded accusations about my conflicts with the crew. I cannot recall my having a single quarrel with any of your people during my entire time aboard. You have been willfully changing the entries in the ship's logbook, and forbidding officers from reporting it to Abelard. I beg to differ. I read numerous books in the Astra Narratus and can swear on House Rostelia's honor that your officers are entering data in complete contravention of regulation. False terms, random distances between lines, spelling mistakes, and even the simplest of words. I spent the last few cycles correcting the latest log entries. I thought it would please Master Abelard, as he's so fond of order. And yet, the Seneschal did not appreciate my efforts, for some reason, called them an outrage, even though mere days before he had been swaddling me in warm yellow words. I noticed all your people do this when they are expressing sympathy. I merely wanted to repay the seneschal with the same courtesy. Perhaps he finds my friendliness off-putting? You must have had quite the falling out with Jay if she's threatening to kill you. Gazia's ruby eyes become round and an unbidden flush suffuses her pale face with rosy tint. I didn't... that is our private business. The issue was between me and Lady J. Lord Captain, please pay it no heed. We made our peace long ago, and I will have you know no one threatened me. Your information is incorrect. The messenger you rebuked butchered his own family and then killed himself. I haven't rebuked a single errand boy on the ship. Gazia ponders this for a moment. I think I remember. A kind young man with a shy smile and skillful fingers with too much rotten ochre on his shoulders. I grew tired of the disgusting color and advised him to lighten his burden by casting off the weight off his shoulders. He did not come the next day, or ever again. During the warp voyage, you gave wrong orders, which led to the vessel shifting off course, and the service bay being destroyed. I saw something in the warp. Something vast, predatory, shimmering with indescribable colors. It came from nowhere and started at the ship with hundreds of hungry eyes, right there in our path. I decided to change course while it was still possible, but did not want to sow panic. Would it have been better to tell the crew we were heading straight into a monster's gaping maw? The officers are reluctant to be quartered next to your chambers because of the constant emotional outbursts it's caused them. Some even maim themselves and others. I already told you I can't control my abilities. What else do you want from me? Will I be assigned a pariah chaperone? Or will he put me in suppressing shackles? Would you mind telling me why you needed 100 species of birds and what it is you use for them? Admittedly, I'm at a loss myself. The day we arrived on Footfall, I sent a request to the ship's quartermaster and asked him to get me a songbird. But he never asked for clarification. Shortly before we left, I had countless number of cages delivered to me, all wrapped in bright red panic, with flickering tints of fear. There was a bird in every one. I was so excited, I thought I would have 100 friends instead of just one. They were squeaking so piteously, I let the poor things out. I even fed them in my breakfast and dinner, but they would just not stop chittering even after bedtime. They were dashing about the room, smacking me in the face with their wings and defecating. I became angry, and suddenly they started pecking at each other's eyes and attacking me. Then I became afraid, and they fell over dead. I do not think I want to keep pets anymore. I think I've heard enough. Will you share your thoughts with me? You have a kind soul, but you have difficulty reaching out to other people. I could teach you the art of communication if you'd like. That would be wonderful. My education on Urak 5 was cut short, but I've realized by then that the wisdom of books is a poor substitute for the wisdom of experience. Very well. Since we are done with this misunderstanding, I'd like to change the subject. It would only be fair of me to ask you a few questions now, wouldn't it? Do not mistake me. I'm not going to accuse you of anything. It's just that you're the most worthy interlocutor on the entire ship, and you're always so busy. What would you like to ask? I read a treaty by Peleus D. Mobius very recently who claimed that subjects would never believe their ruler was better than the old one unless the old one had been a tyrant. No matter the circumstances, the low-born rabble become deluded about the prospects and rebel in favor of their base desires. What do you make of that? I don't know. Give me a sec. We're definitely not going with this option, obviously. Let's see. Your interpretation of the classical text is not entirely correct. If the subjects have grown accustomed to the ruling house, all the sovereign must do is refrain from breaching long-standing traditions. Adjust unwanted laws as gradually as you would shift the bed out of a flooded river, and no one will ever take power from you. Cassia thinks for a moment, and then smiles. Indeed, I was not wrong about your merits, or your ability to hold a conversation. I hope my second question does not confound you either. According to the 20 tomes penned by the preacher Osterach Istvan of the Forgotten, mercy and cruelty go through the world hand in hand, but people flock only to one hand of the scales. Would you rather inspire fear in your followers, or be magnanimous and choose awe? At times, one must be a tyrant, a friend, and a jester to one's subjects. What matters is that to clearly discern which role is required at any given moment. There is so much power in your words. Power that makes me want to join you. I understand now why your subjects are eager to follow you. I admit I was afraid we were too different, and yet you helped me realize that I can be candid with you. Please do continue. I must confess that sometimes I can hardly bear the burden of the house that has been placed upon me. I feel that I'm not doing my best. Tell me how you, heir to the Protectorate, can bear the responsibility for billions of lives, day after day, and not stoop under all that weight. It's not always easy, but I try to lead a dynasty towards prosperity by worthy means. Thank you for your patience, Vorg. You are helping me see the world in different colors. A novel experience for me. Our conversation holds a special place in my heart. Allow me to bid you farewell for now. I'm heading back to my chambers to consider today's conversation. There we go. But these sorts of things are going to matter for the future and will determine how things play out in the end. Not to an extreme degree, but you're basically tilting her to one opinion over another. As I've said before, I went with the heretical options, so there's interesting situations that play into that. We can do some things here. I'm going to get the favor here. So we're going to get the extra wealth there. We are going to need to find some Xenotech and Promethium in order to complete the other objectives, but that is perfectly fine by me. I do believe I've covered most everything. Inspect the fuel lever on the ship's bridge. Let's check that. I guess we need to talk with Ravor here. Lord Captain, Master Helmsman Ravor, at your service. Ravor, it's come to my attention that a fuel lever on the bridge may be defective. Can you not be trusted to carry out your duties without my personal oversight? The officer's furrowed eyebrows draw even closer together. He speaks slowly, carefully picking his words. I most definitely can, Lord Captain. The Technomats will inspect the equipment immediately. I'll also deal with those in charge on the lower decks without delay. Alright. That's one objective. Inspect the fuel lever on the ship's bridge. Let's see what we can find here. It should be somewhere. Hold on. Well, where is it? Here it is. I think it's here, anyways. Okay, let's save here, because this is going to require a successful roll, obviously. No failures detected. System operational. Clearly, it's not working. Oh well, it's bound to happen. There we go. Alright, calibrate the ship's Vox system. Let's go over here to Voxmaster Vigdus. Save here. My personal log states that the ship's Vox system is malfunctioning. Can you explain? Lord Captain, the Voxmaster is caught off guard by your question. It takes her a moment to find her words. The Vox system is functioning as expected and no communication problems have been reported by any of the crew. Please allow me to check the system's calibration settings in your presence to alleviate any concerns you may have about its performance. The Voxmaster's thin fingers dart between hundreds of wires and cables on the control panel, flipping switches and turning dials. She issues commands and methodically checks the lines of communication with her crew on every deck. At last, accompanied by the sound of static, the crackling of Vox, and the flickering of the signal's lights, the dance of her hands concludes. All finished, Lord Captain. No issues detected. The system is working as expected. Thank you for your service, Mistress Tolman. Lord Captain. She offers an unusually deep bow, likely using it to mask her confusion. And is there anything else? Visit the Forgotten Twins star system. I think I already did that, though. So I should be fine on that front. Where's the Forgotten Twin star system? I don't know where it is, so I'm going to assume that, wait. Did I not chart System Sepulchre? An uncharted system. Hold on, let me just quickly do this. A feud has broken out between the clans that maintain the Void Shield Rays. Rumor has it that the late Sea Dora has been seen on the lower decks, and so one of the families called for a rebellion against the usurper of the Void Ship. That is, you. So far, no one believes their mad tales. Okay. What is the story? Yeah, let's find the source of the rumors, but basically... Okay. My wishes, Boxmaster, are for the enforcers to sort out the situation before we forfeit the crew wholesale. Investigate the rumors and find the real culprits, and hopefully no violence. There we go. Not sure why I didn't unchart the system, but whatever. I guess we're going back here. Even though I, oh, I didn't explore it. Okay, so apparently I didn't explore this area. That's my mistake. Okay. Let's go to our journal here. Let's see. Classified information, criticals, tax. We need to wait for us to find the Twin Star system first. We got some unknown ships here, which is going to prove interesting. First, we'll go for a scan, though. Okay, we got the Augur's Anomaly, and we got some Xenotech, which we can't currently claim because we lack the means to mine. So that is unfortunate, but expected. We also got some Adamantine, and we've actually leveled up, I do believe, so that's good. So we'll just go over to this planet, and then we'll go for the unknown ships here. Or try to, anyways. We'll grab these Xeno artifacts. And we've got the Augur's Anomaly, so we'll quickly go over there. So we're going to save here, and then we'll check out the Anomaly to see what we get. But before we do, I do think I want to level up. So I'm just going to go into our inventory here. Then we're just going to level up with the archetype here. We are given the Steady Superiority Heroic Act, it seems. Until the end of combat, the Arc Militant can make one additional attack each turn, including one additional attack on the turn of the Heroic Act was used. The first attack, after using this ability after each turn afterward, costs 0 AP. Yeah, so basically, this is a very useful tool if we want to, we're starting to slowly but surely get into more increasingly potent abilities. Next level, we will be getting additional AP, which is going to help us a lot. But otherwise, yeah. We're slowly going to build up our potency in power, essentially. Alright, we're going to take off everybody except ourselves, and let's go check out this Augur's Anomaly. Because I do believe this is actually a place that we can explore without too much worry. It's just going to be a result of skill checks, I think, for the most part. But hey, experience. Every little bit counts.
Keep your wits about you.
Okay, we got a tech use here. We'll save. Alright, let's see. Got some goods here. Grab that. And a tech use.
Failure is just
that is a load.
Setback.
That is a good thing I had a load set up for this occasion. But otherwise, it's just gonna be a roll to succeed. Naturally.
I won't let it define me.
Okay, 1 second. I need to check on something real quick. Give me a second. Apologies for that. I am now back. Alright, come on. There we go. That's what we wanted. Okay, so yeah, no, we would have gotten a few special ingredients. Otherwise, there's nothing too crazy about this. We got another rusty cogitator over here that we can potentially loot.
This could be an opportunity.
There is a data slate here, apparently. Let's see. Let's go in date from newest to oldest. Okay. Bunch of
Let us not dawdle.
Oh, whoops. Accidentally hit the mute button. But basically, this is a very old place. We'll grab that. There's an inscription here with a awareness check that we need to overcome. I'll start by saving here, and I guess I will go after this.
I always get the job done.
Touch the darkness, and the darkness will accept you. Okay, we're gonna save here. And let's check this cogitator here.
Success is the only outcome I accept.
Yoink.
I always have a backup plan.
Oh god, the darkness.
What a peculiar
Oh, we've
thing.
got even more. We've got a little wand here. Alright, so the only last thing that we've got to do is this, and I do believe this allows us to touch the darkness. Although, I do believe that this is, like, very dangerous stuff that you do not want to be touching, so... The darkness swirls beneath your feet, a void of impenetrable gloom. You do not hear a single sound from the depths of the pit. No wailing wind, no rustle of dust. Let's examine the pit. The bright daylight cannot pierce the darkness lying over the slopes. The longer you look into its depth, the stronger the feeling grows that this darkness isn't just an absence of light. It is something immeasurably vast, endless, capable of reaching to the farthest stars or swallowing a galaxy. Through sheer force of will, you avert your gaze. Now, if I were playing Heretical, I would definitely touch this bit, but given it's giving bad vibes, I'm going to step away. You can lean in and step into it, but I'm going to avoid it like the plague.
In the dust.
Call it a personal choice, more than anything, rather than a actual ideal choice. If I were Heretical, I'd definitely touch it because it, you know, why not? But sometimes it's better just not to touch something. Which is interesting, to say the least. But yeah, we're not going to be touching that jungle world thing. We're going to go to the unknown ships here now. We are going to save here. And let's go to the unknown ships. Let's go deal with it. A report shows up on your personal cogitator screen. Unknown ships are towing the interstellar sextant, a cargo ship belonging to one of Footfall's wealthiest traders. It looks like the pirates have bitten off more than they can chew, however, and have been now forced to drag the ship to a more secluded place, where they can plunder it undisturbed. Let's attack them. As soon as they see you, the escort ships charge into battle at once, while the captive sextant powers up its warp engines. Unless you interrupt the preparation for the jump, the cargo ship will forever vanish beyond the veil of the immaterium, along with all the riches it's carrying. Well, we will try our best to get this done. I highly doubt we are going to be able to deal with this, but hey, if we manage, we manage. If we don't, we don't. The goal is basically to take out the warp unit and then go for the rest, essentially.
I can see
So
crimson lights in the void.
yeah, we're dealing with a bunch of enemies here. Okay, so we want to move here. Okay, this is going to give us a full access to this guy. We are going to go for fire here. There we go. Okay, we are going to go set up a missile barrage here, specifically. Alright, we're just barely off the ability of touching this guy. So we need to move one more, just to be sure. There we go. We're going to move this way. Alright. Fire barrage into him. Alright. We are then going to send off this. Flip him over. And then we're just going to put a... we're going to go put a shield on our starboard. Or starboard, rather. And hopefully the plasma torpedoes do their job. And we should be able to get a landing shot on this guy because he's going to be forced to run this way. Torpedoes are going to be able to easily pass by him, so we should be good. The other ships aren't going to be as much of concern, but we've got to deal with the interstellar sextant as soon as we possibly can. For obvious reasons, naturally. Okay, we are suffering a bit of damage. Could be worse, to be fair. Alright, but we've got to make haste to destroy this interstellar sextant here. Alright. Now, we can either go for the direct hit here, Or we could go for a, yeah, let's actually delay our turn here. We are going to use the torpedo control here immediately. So that way we can move on to the side here. And then blow them up like this. There we go. And now they are forced to surrender. Oh god. Okay. But yeah, no, they are no longer going to run, so that's good for us. We can now focus on all the enemies here with ease. Okay. Let's flip you. There we go. I kind of wish I had a tighter turn, but, you know, we can't really get everything that we want, unfortunately. If we move a little further, we should be able to get a bit of a... bit more out of this, but to no avail. Yeah, let's move 2 more forward. 1 more, actually. There we go. This should give us the ability to attack the Cobra-class destroyer here. There we go. Or at least get a significant amount of damage off. Alright, if I move here, that won't be enough. So if I move here, that might push it, but I highly doubt it, so... Here's what I'm going to do instead. I'm going to move... Well, no, moving forward here is actually ideal. Yeah, let's go here. I feel like that's the better option here. And we just actually barely get the hit off here, so might as well, right? There we go. Alright, that is just barely enough to force them into warp drive. That's good. We're gonna put a shield on our 4. This should help us significantly. These guys are gonna be forced to try and turn around to get against us. To no avail. That guy's gonna start running. We should be able to just flip his ship and just kill him at that point. Alright, the Viper is going to try and attack our shields, as expected. Thankfully, we managed to do quite well there. Alright, okay, we are going to go for the Viper-class destroyer by doing this. There we go. Blow his back end out. We are going to throw a barrage here. There we go. We are going to throw some missiles their direction. These plasma torpedoes are going to be a bit of a nuisance, but could be worse, to be fair. And we're just going to march our way over here. Okay, see, if I were to move here, I need to move 4 up. If I were to move here, I don't think I would be able to get that. But I do believe if I move here, I can get this. Okay. So we do have a chance to potentially kill. I think. There we go. We managed to get it. Alright, but yeah, no, they're gonna be forced to chase after us. Probably to no avail. Yeah, because the missiles are gonna start going after these guys here. And we'll have to see how things pan out. We do lose 3 of our missiles, sadly, but that's fine. I do believe we can make up for these losses by just throwing the missiles over to the Cobra class if we can get lucky enough to strike. Regardless, we should be fine. Okay, so we won't be able to target him, but we can certainly target this group here. We'll just have to get less damage, but we can blow up his shield here. We get 15 out of it. Nothing too crazy. Okay, we are going to flip this guy, I think. Or do we? Let's do a swing run here, actually. We'll do a swing run. So that way we can get a better result of a position. Okay, we're just gonna settle up here. We can't really attack anybody, but that's fine. We do just want to flip this guy, I guess. There we go. Force him into a position where he can't really face us. And he's going to be forced to just try and chase back after us by turning around. These guys are going to start approaching closer and closer. The missiles will have a hard time trying to chase after us. But then again, they're going to start pursuing us, and we'll have to see how we target enemies here. Alright. We're going to want the missiles to go... Let's make them go straight here. Okay, we can go for the straight cannon shot here. So I guess we'll focus on this Cobra Destroyer here. Alright, he's in a bit of a pickle currently. Now if I go here, let's see, who can I target? I can't target anybody. If I move up one, I can target you though. So I'm going to do that. There we go. Okay, I'm going to move up one again. I'm going to target you. There we go. We're going to move up one even further. And then we're just going to barrage this. Barely any damage, but that's fine. Okay, we are now going to move up to here specifically. And then we want to set up a aft shield, I do believe. And for the occasion, I'm actually going to reset the shields, because goodness knows I'm going to need more shields. Okay, this guy's going to try and run. And he's in a predicament that's not going to help him too heavily. But yeah, this Cobra Crass is going to try and attack us. Try and get damage in, which I expect him to do so. At least a little bit. And, of course, they go for my shields, for my missiles. That's my mistake. Ow. Okay, they really destroyed me there. That's my mistake. Okay. Okay, let's first start with you, I guess. There we go. Get another shot in. Okay, I'm definitely not going to be able to get a hit off here, but I can certainly try and get another hit off. Now, if I turn this way, I'd be getting this. Will I be able to hit anybody with this? I highly doubt it. Yeah, I don't get any hits off here, but I can do this. And then I can flip... let's flip you. There we go. Rotate you in that direction, just to make it a little harder for you to actually hit. Okay. That Cobra class destroyer, I should have flipped him. That's my mistake. Ow. Could you stop, please? Ow. Ah, well. It's just one ship. Okay, we're gonna use this. Okay, we are going to... Yeah, rotating currently is going to be a bit of an issue. How do I do this? If I rotate this direction, then I could probably flip it this way. Alternatively, I can go this direction, but no, there's no point in changing course, so we're just gonna flip at the far end here. And hope that's enough. We'll go forward a bit. We don't get anything too special, but we can just do a forward shield here. Alright, these guys are going to absolutely try their best to warp now. But I do believe we refreshed just in the nick of time for us to actually benefit. So, we're going to take advantage of that. Oh, they're going to start attacking the torpedoes, as expected. And there goes my poor torpedoes. RIP. Alright, first and foremost, let's just... There's no range limit on this, I do believe, so... Whoop. There goes that guy. They have just signed their warrant of death. There we go. That's one. Now, we want to avoid the plasma torpedoes, so we want to go over here, I guess, ideally. So we're going to move here. Okay, all the way over to here. We can move one more here, I do believe. There we go. Alright, perfect. Alright, we're going to move over to here. Get possibly as close as possible. Then we'll go for this. And there we go. Now we just gotta deal with the plasma torpedoes that they've sent. And ultimately, it just comes to a matter of just waiting out the torpedoes, because we've managed to succeed. But yeah, naturally it takes some strategy to get these jobs done, and yeah, the interstellar sextant is now within our grasp. Let us see what they are capable of. And with that, round 10 hits, and yeah, there we go. We get a ton of experience, a ton of ancient machinery. We even get a Starbreaker Lance, which is arguably a little stronger than the Mizoa macro cannons that we got. So definitely worth definitely worth it to replace, to be honest. But I digress. We managed to do it in the end, and that's the important part. So we're going to quickly repair our ship. We're going to go over to Void Ship Management here. We are going to upgrade our hull to give us more HP. And let's see, we've got a very short dorsal. Let's see, yeah, no, we need a better dorsal fin. So we're going to swap to the medium range dorsal lance, as opposed to the Mizoa macro cannons. The difference between the two is that the Mizoa fires 2 shots, so at minimum we're dealing 28 damage set. The Starbreaker Lance, though, is much larger range, and it's dealing 32 to 40, so arguably an upgrade. But I digress. We've done everything that we can here, so now we go back to the Cronus Expanse, and properly, we are going to go to the next planet on our list, which I do believe is actually... Yeah, we're going to Telecos Epsilon, which I do believe is a sighting of Lady Theodora. What is Adara doing there? I'll deal with it personally. Alright. We'll end our dialogue. We're going to get everybody off. And boom. It's time to go. It seems like we got a big issue brewing on board. With Lady Adara apparently causing problems on a ship. Apparently. Which is interesting. Let's save here. Because I know for a fact this is going to be a difficult fight, to say the least. But we will try all the same to counter this problem.
Keep your wits about you.
Alright, let's see.
Just as I planned.
The instrument terminal, an important part of the compartment, yeah. Pilot
Always
shaders,
keep your
regulate
eye on the
declare, yep.
prize.
We did succeed that check though, so that's good to note. Got an awareness here, and a bunch of death here. Oh. Hello. And who now deigns to grace us with their presence? Another gaggle of heretics and traitors, thirsting to get their due for what they've done? Or is it the leader himself, who has finally grown tired of hiding behind others? Theodora von Valencia is before you, and she looks grotesque. A hole yawns wide in her heart. Rustled hooks protrude from beneath her skin, and a lumpen, inflamed scar cuts across her throat. The figure flickers as though dropping in and out of this reality. She looks at you with whitest eyes of a corpse, and smiles venomously. Rogue trader, we meet at last. I had grown tired of waiting for you to pay me a visit. Theodora's look is appraising, and her mocking tone turns to one of distaste. Indeed, centuries of selfless toil and effort and everything I left behind has gone to this non-entity. What are you? Theodora's lip curl into a malevolent smile. What, you ask? You dare say that to me, little boy? I am Theodora von Valencius Massimo Afsaris, rogue trader of the Imperium and commander of this void ship. Alas, my glorious voyage through life was ended in the dullest possible way. By death. A nuisance I staved off as long as I could. But do not weep for me, my boy. I'm still keeping an eye on my property and punishing all those who fail me. Theodora bares her rotten teeth in a snarl, her laughter piercing. You are not Theodora. Theodora is dead. There's no coming back from that. I'm dead? How's that? I'm no different from those who have not yet crossed the divide between reality and eternity. I see. I speak. I remember the wrongs you all committed against me, and for all those who failed me. I've already begun exacting my retribution. I truly am Theodora. The remnants of herself that she left behind in this world. I'm an echo of her memories, preserved in the minds of those who cared for her. I'm the taste of tears spilt for the unsaid and the undone. I am the terror of she who failed to turn the tide of fate, and who refused to look truth in the face. I'm as real as the human passions that bring the world to ruin. If you truly are Theodora, then tell me, who really killed you? Oh, wouldn't you like to know the answer to that question? I don't even know which would be more satisfying. To give you an honest answer, or worse. I'm not even sure which would be more satisfying. To give you an honest answer, or leave you to languish in your ignorance. We'll see how you conduct yourself, little boy. What do you want from me? Why were you waiting for me? Theodora's wearily rolls her eyes. Matters are so dire that the pleas of one of my servants breached the death veil to reach my ears. How could I ignore such a desperate cry for help? And from my little aeldari, no less. And once I appeared here, of course I had to meet the pretender, who has allowed this deplorable state of affairs. I'm sorry we could not help you, but you do not belong here. Theodora tosses her head back and laughs. The scar on her throat opens with a wet, sucking noise, curving into a horrible facsimile of a smile. You feel sorry for me? Wretched, spineless creature. No, the only one worthy of pity here is you, boy. But do not expect any. I'm not here to console you, oh no. I'm here to seek retribution against all who failed me. My brainless crew, My useless officers, my pathetic servants who turned their backs on their mistress in their darkest hour. And worst of all, you, my dear heir. You who have undeservedly claimed the warrant, and everything else that is mine. I will drag it all to the warp with me, including you. And yet the warrant accepted me, so that's a problem on your ends, not mine. A successor was needed, and you were looking for one.
I'll learn from this mistake.
Okay, let's load. Okay. Let's try and get that again.
Always have a backup plan.
Let's see. They look fuzzy as though the cogitator's readout of the system data storage has been damaged. Okay. Interesting.
I always keep my options
Someone
open.
tried to break their way out. Okay. Bunch of other stuff going on here, apparently. Okay. Bunch of workers here. Isn't too crazy so far, but I suspect things are going to go a lot more awry as we go along here. We're going to save here, because we are going to need to play it safe here. Okay.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
There we go. Hey, Theodora. Once again. Where is she? I remember her being around here somewhere. Ah, there. Ah, there you are, my little coward. Why won't you look at your captain, Adara? It's wrong. It's all wrong. Look at her, boy. My little Adara is utterly trapped in her visions. No matter. I will allay your doubts. Lord Captain? Adara turns her head to you, but her determined gaze only rests briefly on your face before sliding up close. Before sliding away. Up close, you can see that the base of one of Adara's temple implants has blackened and melted. No, wait. Lord Captain. Lady von Valentius. Idara raises her eyes to Theodora, who stands before her. Tears stream down Idara's cheeks. You came back. Theodora clicks her tongue in sympathy, reaching out to tenderly stroke Idira's hair. Poor little Idira. There. How could I not come? You are crying to me so desperately. Your pleas carried to the very depths of the warp itself. The smile suddenly drops from her mutilated face. Why didn't you save me? Why didn't you warn me? Answer me, you insignificant wretch, or I'll drag the answer out of you myself. Theodora's fingers dig into Idira's scalp, meeting no resistance. Idira lets out a soul-chilling howl and tries to grab the hand tearing into her, but her fingers pass through the monster's flesh. I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear anything that could have had anything to do with you. I'm sorry, Lord Captain. I failed. Ah. Idara breaks into a strangled scream, and you can feel the air around you grow rapidly colder. Idara, I am your captain, not her. Listen to me and snap out of it. Idara shudders and goes limp. Then she blinks, disoriented, and looks at you. Lord Captain. Damn it. Theodora shoves the psyker away with a low snarl. The rogue trader's body begins to change, losing its human shape. Chaos will devour you. It will devour everyone responsible for my death. Die. Die for the delegation of my lord. Oh. So void creatures were the cause. That is the true enemy. And the workers that we had so earnestly thought were actually allies are actually enemies here. And all of them are dangerous to some extent. But the Warp Beast is probably the most dangerous, I would like to say. Okay, so out of them all, I guess we are going to need to get some cover here. Obviously, Idara is going to go down. I kind of fully prepared for that. But yeah, let's get ready for combat, I suppose. It's going to get really brutal really quickly. But yeah, no, the Warp Beast is definitely going to be a target here. Well, depends on what we go with, but the Worker is definitely a danger. A lot of blinding grenades, though, interestingly enough. Okay. Okay, so we got 40 here. Nothing really good on the damaging part. We could use, we could certainly use steady superiority here. We can make an additional attack, including one additional attack on the turn this heroic act was used. So yeah, so I got some benefits here already. Let's start by going over to using Surefire Plan here. We'll go here. This will give us at least a little bit of an edge. Seems we're suffering from the Disturbed and the Horrors of the Warp. And we're a bit slowed, but it could be way worse, to be fair. Okay, we are going to activate... Yeah, let's just start off with a barrage here. Nothing that's actually going to actively help us here. We are then going to swap over to a run and gun here. And I guess we are going to go for a single shot here. As we go... Yeah, I guess we're going to just focus on the workers here, I guess. Ah, you know what I forgot? I forgot to use the medkit. I forgot to set up medkits. Oh well. We'll swap over to Cautious Approach, and then we'll go over to our sword and board style. Or sword and shot style, rather. We are going to go with... let's go with Rapid Fire to increase the amount of burst that we're going to get. And we'll hope this is enough. We're probably going to be using a lot of melee and ranged here, so let's just brace for that, I suppose. Oh, another blinding grenade. That's fine. It seems like we're suffering from bleeding now, which is interesting. And there goes Idara. And she's basically KO'd out of the fight, I think. Hopefully she's not dead, but I highly... Well, if she's dead, she's dead. If she's not, she's not. I do believe she's just unconscious, though, so... We'll make it work. Regardless, workers are going to start... Ah! They are going to throw fire as well. Okay, that's really bad for us, then. Okay, we're in a bit of a situation where we're going to be smogged out here. So actually, I'm going to need a load here. Because it's very clear that I'm not going to be able to handle this unless I have medkits. But then again, that's most of these enemies. I'm kind of used to the auto damage at this point. But yeah, no, we need to overcome this with medkits, so... We are going to get a bunch of those. Set these. I think I should be able to manage with normal medkits, but, you know, you never know. We'll save for now and go from there. But yeah, no, medkits are going to be the go-to here. Alright. There we go. Alright. Yep, we're loading until we get to success because we already got it, and I don't want to bother with their doing a well, whatever. Rambling.
Keep your wits about you.
Alright. God. Well, it's taken some time, but it's no big deal. We should be able to manage without too much trouble. I will need to check up on something, but I should be fine all the same.
Always keep your eye on
All in due time. God damn it. Come on, wake up. Come on. Roll the dice. Roll the dice in success. But yeah, no, it's very clear that we are not going to be able to, Yes, it's very clear that we're not going to be getting the... What is it? The... Well, we're going to have to march our way to a corner, I think. I think that's the only way you're going to be able to get away with avoiding those blasts. There we go. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to march all the way over to here. But because I do want to get to a corner where these workers are not going to be able to get us. So the further we are away from Aeldari here, or Idara, or however you spell it, we should be fine. Ow. Okay, we should be fine to go as far as we possibly can here. I do believe we need to go to this corner here. And that will be the most ideal circumstance for us. Okay, we are going to march all the way over to here. We won't be provoking, apparently, from the workers. We're going to activate rapid fire and concentrated fire. It's going to be a bit of a different situation here, but that's fine. We do want to go this route. Alright. There we go. That'll clear 2 of them. That's going to increase our momentum. We are going to activate Surefire Plan just to give us a bit of a boost. And let's activate Cautious Approach here. And let's save here. So we're going to save under Pain, I believe. Just Pain. Because this is going to be a particular instance where we're just going to be starting to pot shot from the enemy. The more shots we get off, the better. So that's what I'm doing here currently. And given that they're going to go for Ethereal Flames, why not? We should be fine. As long as we can keep getting pot shots off, we should be fine to continue stacking. The workers are going to try their damnedest to get some things off on us, but we should be fine. Now, hopefully, if I'm correct, these warp beasts aren't going to throw their explosives when we get into a corner. And I think that's going to be our gimmick here in order to prevent us from suffering too much from the attacks that we're going to be undergoing. Okay, we are going to take a shot at this guy. Alright, there we go. We'll activate this. Then we'll activate Rapid Fire? Yeah, Rapid Fire should be fine. And we can go for a multi-shot attempt here with a 60%, or we can go for the kills here. Either way, it's going to work out in the end, so really depends on us. I'm going to go with... Yeah, let's go for this guy. Why not? There we go. Alright, let's go behind this cover here. That way they are forced to march up to us. Let's see how we fare. Okay, the workers are coming in. Alright. Alright, a bunch of them are throwing in blinding grenades. Kind of predicted this. Oh. Boons of Tenzink, or however you spell it. Okay. Now we've got to just chain these attacks here, so they're going to start causing some serious strife here. So we're going to move Well, I guess we activate Revel and Slaughter here. There we go. If I move here, I can start seeing some units, but I do believe I can go with a run and gun here. So I'm going to move here to start with. We are then going to... Oh wait, no, if we run and gun, we cost 1, so that's going to require a bit. If we fire this direction, it's going to hit a bunch of people, I think. Hopefully we get some kills out of this. And then we do a run and gun and then get a shingle shot off, which will give us another stack. Or at least I hope, which is not the case. That's fine. We will do a run and gun here, move over to the corner, take a pot shot here, and we're going to swap to the sword and board. And hopefully, this is a corner that can be used against the enemy. But we'll see, we'll see. It's a hard question of whether it will work or not, but regardless, we will try and make it work. We're just going to try and get a hit off to no avail, thankfully. Okay, more blinding grenades come our way. Should be fine, all things considering. Alright. Okay, it seems like, yeah, no, he's not... They're not going to throw grenades in that area, apparently. Or the, explosives, apparently. Which is really weird of a situation. But hey, it's a strategy that we've employed in order to get the best results. Alright, so I guess we just need to start slicing and dicing here. So we're going to go for a slice here to deal with the worker. We can't exactly do anything else, so I'm just going to maintain my position here. We will set up rapid fire, so that way we can start pelting these guys with pistol bursts. But other than that, we should be fine to use concentrated fire, I suppose, and just maintain our versatility stacks. Because we're slowly but surely going to get more and more armor as we go, and our evasion's going to only rise with this. So, we just need to take our time here now. And hopefully we don't die. What I probably should have done is I should have done a, God, that's a lot of grenades. Hopefully that's not going to be too much of a problem. Yeah. Okay, well, I guess what we'll do here, let's see, we've got... Yeah, we've got the concentrated fire, which is going to give us a boost to damage with ranged area attacks. I do believe this is going to target all of them. There we go. Then we can do a run and gun and get a slice on this worker here. There we go. They're slowly going to start whittling down, and we're slowly going to get more stacks of versatility, I do believe. Yep, the parry and dodge come into play, and yeah, naturally we're at a parry of 95 now. They're going to keep throwing blinding grenades, it seems, though, so I got to be aware of that. But I should be fine. Yeah, these guys, yeah, at this point it's just a matter of seeing how far things go. I can use a burst fire here, but I don't think that's going to really cut it here. I could do a single shot, though. You know what? No, let's go for the concentrated fire here. Let's go for the AoE here. There we go. That gets us extra damage. And then I can just combo with a run and gun next turn. And slowly just continue stacking up our evasion. Until, of course, we get to a point where we're just dealing so much damage that it's no big deal. Ow. Alright, we are going to heal here. Alright. Okay, we are going to go for a single slice here. There we go. And then we do a run and gun here. And this should give us our 10th stack of versatility by attacking all three. There we go. Nice. Now they're not getting as much benefits from being flanked against us, so that's good. And we're actually slowly but surely getting more stacks of fired up, so that's good. In fact, we're slowly getting less stacks of disturbed because of this, so... Alright, we want a... Let's first start by getting a stack of Revel and Slaughter here. Okay, we can get a boost of Concentrated Fire here. And then we can actually change it up by going for a burst shot here. There we go. Nice. And there we go. We are now at 11 stacks. We do have a little less ability to attack, but whatever. As long as we can stay in the corner here and not take hits, we should be fine. Alright, we can start doing single shots and slashes here, I think. We're going to go for the concentrated area here, just so we can get that. We'll activate rapid fire, just so we have it. Okay, we're going to go for the pistol shot here. There we go, we get a bleed there. We're going to go for the extra attack here, and then we're going to get another slice in. Even though it might not get us anything, we can still at least use it to continue our stacks. But yeah, this is going to be our strategy from now on when dealing with warp beasts that have explosive shells like that. Just go to a corner and hope like hell it doesn't work. Okay, we can either go for that, or we can go for a full guaranteed hit. I'm going to go for this just to keep stacking up. There we go. We are going to need to reload here, though, so that's something. Thankfully, it doesn't seem like they're going to provoke from us doing that, so that's good. Alright, I will leave myself with 2 extra turns there, but that's fine. But yeah, as long as I don't move from this corner, they won't be able to use their special abilities against us. That said, if they get lucky, well, there you go. I can't really stop that. I'll use a heal here. Alright, let's throw down a swing, I believe it is. There we go. That does not increase our stacks, apparently. My mistake. Alright, I guess we're going to go for the barrage here. We did reload for this occasion, so why not? There we go. That's going to get us a ton of attack. Ton of boosts there. Alright, there we go. And now we just gotta wait until we're done. The mutant bombers are gonna be annoying at this rate, though, so we're gonna have to deal with them at some point, but worst case, we'll be fine. Alright, but I digress. A swing. And I guess a reload here won't hurt. It's not like they're gonna provoke because of this smog cloud that they've basically built. And yeah, we're actually doing really well here. 98 armor. We're basically at the point where it's not going to deal damage to us. But I digress. We do want to keep this defense up, obviously, because it's just better to deal with the warp beast this way. Okay, we're going to go for the slash here. Let's activate run and gun here. And go for the barrage. There we go. Reload. Nice. Not a fan of these grenadiers, but whatever. Grenadiers, or whatever they're called. They're annoying, but hey, whatever. Alright, we're gonna go for the slash here. Alright, we managed to hit, surprisingly. We're going to go for concentrated fire here and rapid fire. We're so close to that of getting a firearm mastery or steady superiority. Either one would work here, to be honest. I think I'm going to go firearm mastery because that's just arguably better here. But I digress. We'll slowly get our points off as we go. All in due time. Okay, a dodge. Yep, dot or parry. Well, I can either go for the burst fire, or I can go for Yeah, let's go for the burst fire. Let's see. We got the concentrated fire out of it anyway, so YOLO. There we go. Let's do a run and gun here and get a actually an AoE slash here. Because why not? There we go. They're forced to just take that and just live with it. There we go. It's just going to slowly but surely just result in just constant L's from them. And because of the bleed that we're actually doing, because of our guns, or our melee attacks with guns, that's actually making it a whole lot better for us. Okay, we are gonna reload here. Yeah, let's reload because we can. And we'll just go for a single slice on this one. There we go. And there we go. Still, multiple grenades go off, but could be worse, to be fair. Alright, a parry. Parry is coming in clutch. Nice. Alright. Let's barrage them again. And this should get us the points we need to get, get the rep that we need. We'll activate Revel and Slaughter here. Let's activate... Yeah, let's activate Firearm Mastery here. Pew. There we go. And now we can finally start moving out of the way, so that way we can start firing at these guys. Alright, well, we're gonna run and gun here, I think. Yeah, there we go. Gonna get into full cover here. 70, 70. Let's just go for you. Bop. There we go. And we'll swap to the sword and board just in case, that you guys get a better idea. Nope, you're just gonna start grenading. Okay, I guess that's just your strategy. We're gonna swap over to we're gonna swap out of Cautious Approach. This is going to give us an absurd amount of weapon skill and ballistic skill, obviously. So now all we gotta do is we just need to march up here. And bada swing. Get over 63 to 65 damage. Nice. Idara stares at you with crazed eyes while clutching the wounds on her head. At first, no sound comes out of her moving lips. Then she coughs weakly and whispers. Lord Captain, is that really you? Are you alright? Idara removes her hand from her head and tries to wipe away her tears, leaving bloody marks on her face. Then she touches her burnt-out implant, frowning. I don't know. It should be quiet, but in my head, the whispering's louder. It shouldn't be like that. This abomination claims that you, called her. Is that true? Me? Did I? Yes, Lord Captain. I think it was me who called her. I can barely remember. The voices, my old good whispers, they suddenly turned red, sharp. They started cutting, tearing, ripping me to pieces. I cried out and I called for help, and she came. Idara groans and clutches her head. But why are all the voices making so much noise now? Shut up! Shut up! Has anything like this ever happened to you before? Like this? Never. Well, there was something, but it was different. It wasn't as strong or as terrifying. Apparitions appeared. Mechanisms malfunctioned. The crew lost their minds. But Lady von Valentius knew about that. She said it was a small price to pay, an acceptable expense. No psyker is immune to it, but what happened here was just a mistake. I won't do it again. Idara stretches her lips into a helpless smile, looking past you. There's no more mistakes, Lord Captain. The previous rogue trader has been seen off the ship recently. Was that your doing? Yes, Vorg. I did it a couple of times when I had too much to drink. At the time, I thought I heard her voice among all the whispers in me head. The voice is so sad, so clear. I couldn't help myself. I answered. I hoped I could reach her there. Idara bites her lip. Ever since she died, since I first heard her voice in my head, the whispers have gotten louder, clearer, harder to resist. You heard the warp whispering in your head. You answered. Are you insane? You don't know what it's like. The most important person in your life, who's now gone forever, suddenly starts talking to you inside your head. How could I not try to reach her? I had to. She falls silent for a moment. When she next begins to speak, it is in a barely audible whisper. I know what you're thinking. During the warp jump when Lady Theodora came out towards us, I keep thinking about that meeting. I keep blaming myself. Why didn't I divine it? Why didn't I stop the killer? These thoughts have been playing in the back of my mind, day after day, choking me with guilt. And do you know what? The one on the officer's deck, I don't know what it was, but this time, here, this was the product of my guilt. An accuser straight out of my own mind. So what am I supposed to do with you now? Idara turned sharply to face you. Vorg, I know after everything I've done, you have no faith in me, willpower, or strength. But I can fix everything. It's just, I'm not at my best, you see. But maybe we could find a way to replace my implants or some other remedy. A better one. Lady von Valencia said that such things could be found. If not here, then elsewhere. I just didn't need it before, but we just need to find it. We need to figure out where to look for it, and we'll get it. Until then, I'll keep myself on a tight leash. What will happen to my crew while we look for this remedy? Idara swallows and straightens. I'll pull myself together, Lord Captain. The death of Lady von Valencia knocked me for a 6. I'll get myself right under control. No more booze, no more obscura, nothing. And I'll stop walking around the lower decks. Be stone cold sober. She determinedly wipes the tears and blood from her face. I want to help you, Idara. We'll think of something. Idara covers her face with her hands and tries to hold back her sobs. Thank you. Thank you, Vorg. I won't let you down. Gerda awkwardly shakes out her strange clothing. I think I'd better, with your permission, Lord Captain. She sways, takes a step back and faints. Lord Captain. Voxmaster's shaking voice comes on the comm bead. I've received a report that shooting on the lower deck has stopped. I presume you have brought the situation under control. Awaiting further instructions. I got rid of the warp's illusions. Idara's alive. Bring her to the church's surgeons and have them see to her. You hear an unconcealed relief in the Voxmaster's voice. Of course, Lord Captain, as you command. And with that, the battle's over. And holy hell was that a fight and a half. Clearly not the most beneficial given the circumstances, but hey. We're making things work as we go. Idara's currently stuck, but it's fine. We can now go and deal with this, so there we go. Somehow we actually managed to do that with relative ease, actually. I'm kind of surprised. I would have expected this would have taken much longer, but I guess not.
That's how it's done.
Regardless, we do get some nice gear. We get machine right set, we get some warp conductor gloves, which is the item I was talking about earlier. And we actually get battle psyker boots. We gain perception bonus to dodge until the start of their of our next turn for each enemy affected by psi power or psyker attacks. And it stacks. So it's good if you're playing a psyker, not so good long term, but it's something to kick you off the ground. Let's go and type. I do believe the gloves. Here we go. No, wait, wrong one. Here we go. After triggering a psychic phenomena or perils of the warp, You can increase your psi rating by 1 until the end of combat. And you gain momentum and temporary wounds equal to the resolve that you have. I don't need to explain this, but I will say so just in case. This is an absurdly potent item for any Psyker trying to play a Psyker. If you trigger Perils of the Warp often, use it. It is going to make you a glass cannon. But that's just my personal opinion from what I've experienced over the game. Wear those and you will be set. Because as long as you last long-term in the fight, or you're using constant abilities, and you're constantly triggering perils, you are going to get better results with each cast of your Perils of the Warp. As long as you can mitigate the penalty or the dangers of the warp, you are going to be golden. So, yeah, definitely use it if you can. Otherwise, there was nothing other than that in there, so once you're done grabbing that, you're basically good to go. But I digress. With that out of the way, I guess we will continue, but before we do, I am going to go into here. Let's put these into cargo. Let's go sell some stuff. We're going to talk with High Factorum Janus. Let's get some shipping here. Let's start by selling our surplus here. Let's go to the Drusians. We've got a sanctioned staff, interestingly enough. We're going to trade as much as we can with the guy. We get level 3 as a result. We get a Sanctified Staff for our troubles. The Cloak of Retribution, which gives us 15 bonus damage against enemies that dealt damage to the wearer. And we get 5 crack grenades, which is going to help us a lot. Heavy Bolter. It is just a strength 60 weapon. It is going to give us a rate of fire of 8. Range of 12. It is a heavy bolter though, so it's worth noting that, which is it is going to help us. I won't deny that. There is other stuff that we can obviously go for though. Something that I will note, however, that we haven't addressed yet, but will become relevant. Let's first deal with the Spala here. Give them some stuff. There we go. We can get the plasma pistol here, we can get this portable thing, we can get the combat manipulator and the haywire grenade. Target visor would be nice if we were using aeldari. Precise lasgun would be nice, but again, we won't be getting that just yet. Not until, of course, well, actually, no, this is actually quite an upgrade, so we can actually use this in our adventures. The mobile extractums are going to have to wait, but I digress. Alright, let's close out of here. Let's check our inventory here, but yeah. We're getting a lot of stuff now, so that's going to be interesting for the future, to say the least. But yes, no, I wanted to talk about our class and abilities. As you know, we have the heroic stances. One thing that is good to note about our current heroic invocations that we go for is that we actually do get benefits. I just need to find it. 1 second. Where is it? Here we go, character. If we go into archetypes, something you will actually note about steady superiority is that you can use this. I think you can actually use this in turn, if I recall correctly. Hold on, I need to check something real quick. But if we go to, where is it? I believe it's an upgrade here. Special abilities. Here we go. But if we go to special abilities, there is actually benefits here, I believe. Yeah, hold on. Arc Militant's attacks don't spend all MP. Additionally, each attack grants stacking 5 bonus to dodge for 1 round. Nope. Until the end of combat, every attack grants a stacking +2 bonus to critical hit chance. That is a very dangerous thing. The Arc Militant can use both the Heroic Act of the Arc Militant archetype and the Heroic Act of the Warrior or Soldier archetype in single combat. This, once we get to this level and we get the 4th upgrade, we can start using 2 Heroic Acts, which is going to stack with that cloak, which is going to give us a 40 dodge. I think that's going to be prevalent to our growth, and it's going to be literally a saving grace for us in most instances. But if I were to go with anything, I think we're going to go with that, and we're going to go for the stacking +2 bonus to critical hit chance. Because just having 2 Heroic Acts at our disposal is going to be really nice. Of course, in order to do that, we are going to need either more Resolve to stack up more points in Resolve, or we're going to need to find a way to make the Resolve cost less. There is some boots, I believe, that help with that very thing, but not by much, I do believe. Regardless. We can go with Dynamo Boots, which will increase our movement by 3, which would help us a little bit. Wear raises momentum to 175 whenever they kill 5 enemies in a row in 1 turn. This is not going to happen often, so I'm not going to bother. Instead, we're just going to equip these boots here, which will increase our movement by 3. I think that's the ideal choice starting out, so it'll just get us into position faster and allow us to move over the map just that much faster. As for the cloak, eventually what we're going to do is we're going to swap back to the Mantle of Heroism, because obviously, if we can get a max of 40 dodge, that's going to help all of our abilities. Even if we just use the Heroic Act for using it for the sake of it, because the dodge is going to help a lot. But I digress. We're going to save here. I'm going to be right back real quick and check some things out, and I will be with you shortly. See you guys in a bit. Apologies for the long delay. I had to do a lot more than expected, but I am back. Okay. Now, if I do recall correctly, I need to go to the Cronus Expanse map. And we need to go to our Protectorate for the next area. I guess we will see how things pan out. Let us start by going to the Epsilon here. This should be our next objective, to say the least, and we should be good to go. Supply Footfall with provisions, and restore shipments from Janus. We'll chart new routes first. We are given a multitude of new areas to look for. And yeah, from there we just gotta go and explore. So we're gonna... I guess we're gonna keep going north. I think that's the go-to here. Lord Captain, according to the telemetry, the parameters of the system match those of Teklos Epsilon, home to the agri-world Janus, that belongs to the von Valentius dynasty. We have received Vox message from the planet. The agri-world's governor officially welcomes the robe trader, and reports that she has begun preparations for a formal reception to celebrate the arrival of the planet's sovereign. Your subjects are looking forward to your visit. Good. Alright, with that, we're just going to explore these two side planets here, and then we should be good to go. We'll do a quick scan here. There we go. Got some loot in the form of gas. We will then go over to here, which will give us some more supply, most likely. We'll go from there. And then we've got Janus to look forward to, so that's going to be nice. So we're going to save here, I do believe. There we go. I do have plenty of supply, but first let me check my inventory. We are full on medkits, but I will arm myself with... Yeah, let's just keep ourselves armed with... Yeah, let's keep ourselves armed with medkits, because I do believe that's going to help us. We'll scan here. And we've got ourselves the Governor Viat's estate. Alright, we are at level 19. Willpower is a little low, but whatever. We could manage, I do believe. But yeah. We should be able to compensate for everything else with relative ease. But I digress. Let's go to Janus and let's see what's going on. We're going to take everybody off here. Actually, hold on. Before I even go on Janus, is there anybody who needs to be on Janus? Make planetfall on Janus? Nope. Heinrichs to Kiavagama. Talk to Master Seals. There is no active situation that requires us to bring anybody onto Janus. So, off we go. Let's take everybody off here, and let's see what the Governor Viat's estate holds for us. Alright, let's do this. A lavishly dressed nobleman in an opulent silk gown watches you with an expectant air, but then gracefully bows her head. Gem-encrusted implants protrude from her arms and neck. I welcome you on behalf of the noble house of Yat Aram. My name is Vestenza Janus Viat Aram Af Baronus. By the grace of the Emperor and the will of the robe trader Theodore von Valentius, I serve as the planetary governor and imperial commander-in-chief of this world. Vicenda Viat raises her head slightly. In truth, your arrival in this place of the esteemed Lady von Valencius is quite unexpected. Theodora von Valencius is dead. I am now the heir of the dynasty. Such tragic news. I will see to it that the planet observes a month of mourning.
For Janus!
Well then. Things have gotten spicy, jeez. Man. This place is incompetent, Jesus. Alright, well, we're under attack, and it seems like, yeah, it's not going fun. A bunch of people are getting hit, apparently. But I digress. Alright, because of our movement, we can now move theoretically anywhere, and we should be fine. Let's take to full cover here. I think I can yeah, I can get one hit off on that guy, but that's not going to cover it. If I go here, I can get hits off on that one. Going there is not ideal, but we can go here. It's not going to solve our problems, though. Let's see. If I go here, I'd be able to target them, but what'd be the point, right? I think right now, above all else, we should get cover behind here. Let's see. So there's 4 servants here that are level, or have 56 HP. If I go here, I can target these guys. Go here, I can make this easier. Let's go here to start with. We're gonna swap over to our rifle for now. We can then man attacks here and just go for a burst fire. So we're gonna use concentrated fire here, rapid fire here. We are then gonna burst fire this one. There we go. We are then going to swap over to the sword and board once again, just to be safe. And we will arm ourselves with cautious approach, just to give us the evasion and dodge that we need. Or the evasion and parry we need, rather. These servants are going to try their damnedest to take us out. Or take people out, but I digress. Okay, the estate wardens are doing their work. Or at least this guy is doing his work, which is actually really impressive. So far, he's actually carried quite a bit, so that's good. Okay, we need to swap back to our lasgun. Let's move over to here, I guess? Yeah, let's move over to here. This is going to give us half cover. Or full cover, rather. Now, let's see. We can target you, get an 85. That's ideal. Yeah, so let's activate concentrated fire here. Rapid fire. Let's get a pot shot on this one. There we go, getting guaranteed there. Then we're going to revel in slaughter here. This will give us a boost to our attacks, ideally. Then we're going to swap to the sword board once more. We are now up to 2 stacks of versatility. That will perfectly be fine for us. They're going to try their absolute damnedest to get some shots in, but the estate warden is pulling his weight here. Surprisingly well. And this is the reason why I wanted to go on one side here, as opposed to the other. It's because of those people. But yeah. In prep for them, I basically donned cover, so we should be good. Oh. Impressive. Somebody's good shot. God damn, though. Sharpshooter is gonna be worse, though. Gonna have to avoid those sharpshooters, though. And yeah, they're gonna be a dangerous folk, to say the least. Okay, we are gonna move all the way up to full cover here, I think. Yeah, so we're going to need to run and gun here, I think. Yeah, so we're going to move right here to start with. Okay, we can go for a barrage shot here, I think. Oh no, if we go for a barrage shot, we won't be able to get anything further. You know what? We'll go for the run and gun here. This will give us enough movement to go to full cover here, avoiding the attacks from the archers. We'll swap over to a gun here, and we're just gonna barrage this guy. And this should work in our favor.
I'll make it.
There we go. Alright, with that, we swap back to the sword and board strategy. And of course, because the Ripper Rebel's coming in, we've got to be wary about him. But, hopefully we have enough parry and dodge that we're going to be fine. Okay, Grenadier's coming in. Throwing a stun grenade and gets us stunned, which is not fun. Oh boy. I probably should have stayed back and stuck to full cover, but whatever. I guess the Estate Warden is now in full pursuit here, so I guess we'll see how we fare. Alright, Ripper Rebel's going for the Estate Warden, and now we are the only ones left, and I think we're going to get KO'd here, but we'll see how we fare. Ow. We do have a high armor, after all, so it might not be completely a loss. The high armor will probably carry us, assuming we don't die from the cleaves and damage. Okay, let's hope it's going to be enough. Ow. We're definitely going to need to get some heals, though. Yeah, the surrounding is not going to be fun. God, the dodge. Okay. We're really clutching it here. Let's go for a heal here. We are gonna... Yeah, let's activate Concentrated Fire here. No, even better. We're gonna stack our versatility charges here. So we're gonna use this as a chance to get a strike here. Across the 3. Then we're gonna use Run and Gun to increase our defenses a little bit. And I do believe we can go either for a pistol shot or a swing. 60, 55, 55, 50, 40, 60. Yeah, we're going to go for the bada swing here. This should give us a 5. There we go. And that should help us by getting us enough. Or so I thought, but I guess not. Okay, we're just kind of relying on dodge and parry here. And hoping that's enough. Okay. We're getting there somehow. Ow. Ow. Okay, let's heal. Oh god, they're actually reducing our turns by that amount. Okay, let's use Surefire Plan. It's gonna be risky, but I'm gonna try this. Oh god, okay. That could have been way worse, to be fair. Okay, we don't have any more healing, unfortunately, so this is gonna be a hit or miss chance. I guess we'll see how things pan out. Oof. We'll just hope luck is in our favor. Wait. Why is he in our space? That's not cool. Well, I guess we'll see. Dodge. Sharpshooter Rebel's gonna have to forcefully get away with, Well, somehow we're surviving. Wait, he hurt his ally. Okay, that's a weird instance. We're gonna save here. We're gonna save under pain, because this is quite literally a painful experience. Yeah, no, I'm gonna need to literally consider getting some more, Yeah, I'm gonna need to get something better here, but whatever. For now, let's get a slash here. Across the board here, there we go. Then we're gonna do a run and gun here. This is gonna give us even more evasion. We've got a 60, 60. We're gonna go for this guy because it's the weakest individual out of the lots. And let's just hope our dodges are gonna cut it, because we're running with the hope that we can take this guy out, and hopefully we can actually get these rolls successful. But I digress. I'm rambling at this point. Okay. Yeah, we're not being given a chance to actually manage these like Jesus. Oh, you've got into a position where you can actually... You put me in a position where I... Oh, you've actually hit your ally yet again by pushing me like this. Okay, well, I see no reason to not do this, but yeah, let's activate Firearm Mastery. This is going to help us a lot. Okay, let's activate this. There we go. Let's strike you. Come on, get the bleed. Nope. Okay, that's fine. Alright, let's activate these two then, I suppose.
It's as good as done.
And let's save, and hope like hell we can actually manage this. Because right now we are in a position where I do believe that as long as we roll well, we're not going to be hit. Period. Yeah, these guys are just going to keep pushing me a direction, basically. And I should be able to manage. Especially the sharpshooters fail to hit. With so much gusto so far. Ow. It's 9, but not enough. Okay. That's a dodge again. Alright, well, I mean... Let's start with the heal.
I won't forget this.
Okay, let's activate... Yeah, let's just move back a little bit here by using this. We'll get for 1 provoke here, but that's fine. We are then going to... I got point blank here, I guess, so I guess I'll go for the shot here. Just guarantee that guy down. We got a bit more evasion going for us now, hopefully. Let's see how we fare. It really just comes down to the snipers that are, you know, forcing us into a position where we are actually avoiding most of the attacks. Because the snipers are really just pushing us into a position that we're taking hits and avoiding. But I guess we'll see. That's another dodge. This is so stupid. Well, whatever. It's working, so I'm not going to complain. We're going to save here. Somehow, we're just working with this, so whatever. We'll activate Revel and Slaughter here. Okay, we're gonna go with 2 attacks here. This should give us the... Yep, that'll give us that. Then we can do a run and gun here. And then we can go for either a basic attack or we can go for a gunshot. I'm going to go for a gunshot, point blank. I miss, but that's still versatility stacks that we are getting, so whatever. The versatility stacks are going to stack up to a point where it's not going to cut us into damage, period, so there you go. And we're actually in full cover now, so The sharpshooters can't really get a good shot on us. Oh, gas cloud grenade. Lovely. Well, could be worse. Yeah, they're forced to just try and get a shot on, but they're not really getting any luck. We'll get some healing here. There we go. We're gonna go for a slash like this. There we go. And I guess we will go for concentrated fire this time. There we go. And let's see how they fare. Oh, they're actually going to the smog now. Okay, what are you gonna do? You're gonna do a grenade or shotgun to no avail. Diversion Rebel gets nothing. Sharpshooters are gonna be in for a rough time. Why are they attacking their allies? What is with them? I have no idea what they are on, but it's really weird. Alright, well, yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do, really, but whatever, I guess. Let's just pelt you, I guess. There we go. We'll do a run and gun here. So that way we at least get another shot off. We're gonna go for the... Yeah, let's just go for the guaranteed slash here. Might as well. Boom. And then we will just reload here. No reason to not, right? We got full cover. The Grenadier is now in a situation where he's... Oh, he's forced me out of cover. But thankfully, I do have 14 stacks of the stuff I currently got, so I should be fine. Yep, the sharpshooter is going to panic and realize, oh god, he's getting closer. Alright, well, with that out of the way now, we can swap over to a gun. I think we're going to go over to full cover here. There we go. And we can just blow these guys out, I suppose. Let's save here, because I'm not sure how well this is going to go. We're going to save, yep. But yeah, we'll save here. Alright, we're going to activate Surefire Plan. It's been a while since we activated that. Now we get either a 60% or we can go for that. You know what? Let's just go for it. Bugger it. There we go. Nice. Get some serious damage in. Grenadier's gonna try and chase at us. Throws us into a rave by forcing a dodge against us. Okay, Diversion has thrown in another gas grenade. Interesting enough. Okay, you've hit me now. Okay, we're gonna move over to here. Let's heal. Okay, and we're gonna go for the sword and board tactics here. Attack. Boom. There we go. We somehow managed that. Let's see how the Grenadier phases. Okay, he's going for the... He's forcing us out of cover, which is the annoying part, I think. That's a miss. Sharpshooter is going to back up. There you go. That sharpshooter is going to go there. We're thankfully dodging like a crazy man. Okay, we're going to make our way over to here. And I guess we're just going to barrage this guy. There we go. We'll do this. And then we'll get one pot shot off, I guess. Bada boom. We will reload here instead of healing. I'm going to save here just to be safe. But I do believe we can handle this now. Now that everything's cleared up, for the most part. Grenadier is going to try and hit us to just force it to dodge, basically. There we go. Diversionist is going to try and throw some more grenades, which is going to get annoying, I must admit. That is annoying. Alright, we're going to move all the way over to here. And you know what? Let's actually swap over to here. We're going to swap over to our typical gun. We're going to point blank with the burst. Somehow we're missing point blank, which is weird, but whatever. We're going to see how the sharpshooter handles this. And the diversionist is forced to just try and figure out how to stop this, but I digress. You're going to be forced to just run. Alright, we are going to go over to here. We're going to activate Concentrated Fire, followed by Rapid Fire. And then we are just going to... Yeah, let's just burst with the, let's burst with this. Why not? There we go. And with that, we've basically cleared out the two most dangerous enemies that are actually getting shots off on us. And now we can focus on the Diversion Rebel, which seems to be constantly throwing grenades our way, which is going to get annoying at this rate. So at this point, I'm just going to run over to him and give him what's for. Okay, we're going to activate Revel and Slaughter. We're going to heal up just to be safe. And then we're just going to burst fire him. Boom. Done. And that's how you take him out. And that just leaves one more. The Grenadier. Who we've managed to dodge all this time. And we've actually reached armor of 102, so it's not going to be a big deal to deal with this guy anymore. Alright, we're going to go over. Okay, if we activate Concentrated Fire, we are going to get even more damage. So if we do this, there we go. We can then get a extra attack by doing this, run and gun, and just go for a basic slice. And if he tries to run, we get the execution. And that's how you deal with that group. Your lordship, enter Emperor preserve us. Are you all right? I'm fine. I can't say the same for the attackers. Praise the throne. If you would please follow me, I will personally escort you to the governor, where you will have the protection of walls and wardens. Fine. I'll find my own way there. Stand aside. The reason I'm doing this is so I can actually get the items here. But yeah, no, everything here is going to be quite nice. We get improved flak vests. I'm going to add those to cargo, to be honest. I don't need those. Manufactured swords. Yeah, we don't need them. I'll add those to cargo. Marksman's rifle. We don't need those, so we'll just toss those. But I'll keep the stun grenades. Those could be useful. What else? We got a whole bunch of random slews of items here. Alright, we're gonna save here. Oh, before we do, we actually want to arm ourselves with medkits. Naturally. Because, yeah, no, the medkits have been really helping us, for obvious reasons. Without medkits, we would not be surviving on this planet. But yeah, no, I think I was right to get the proficiency for medkits.
Always get the job done.
Alright. A hot shot lasgun. I think... Okay, is this... Okay, this is arguably a little better than what we've got currently. We will suffer a range penalty, but for 9 to 11 damage boost, with an armor pen of 40? That's pretty good. We're gonna grab that and use it, actually. That is a straight upgrade from our current modified lasgun, so... yeah, that's gonna help with dealing with enemies that have more armor than us, so... yeah, that's gonna be nice. Okay, doesn't appear to be anything here just yet. Okay, there should be something on this side. Yep, the diversionist rebel who caused us so much pain by gas grenade. Although, that said, the more gas grenades we have, the better. Because if it wasn't obvious, it helped us. Chill yourself, okay. But yeah, we're going to look around, see if there's anything absolutely else around here before we go any further. Because, yeah, the estate... yeah, this is a mess, whatever is going on here. Let's save. And let's just explore around. The governor's palace opulent to glip finished... yep, pretty cool. Okay, there's something here that's interesting. Grab this. Is there anything here? I'm gonna save just to be safe. You never know. Alright. Off we go here. Bit of a corner area. Yeah, it doesn't appear that there's anything here, though. I'm just taking my time to explore this area while I have the chance. Just personal opinion at this point. Like those. We can pick this.
That's how it's done.
Nice. Somehow managed to unlock that. Well, I know we could have unlocked it, but I digress. What else can we find here? Alright, what else is there? 55 to commerce. I will check that out. Oh, there appears to be also something else here. We'll save here. See what this is. A bag. More ingredients, and... did I fail that? Commerce test failed, yep. So that's a load. But that's no big deal. Should be able to manage all the same. When shooting at a burst, the hit chance of all shots after the first is reduced by the recoil parameter of the weapon. Good to know. Good to know. Okay. Ugh, God.
I always get the job done.
Okay, I do believe that was a success. Yep, there we go.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
Pure water. Okay, so it's basically a fountain that basically produces various things, such as sparkling wine or whatever have you. All right. Well, I guess we'll explore this a little bit here.
I won't let it define me.
Okay, that's a load once again, but could be worse, to be fair. Okay.
Failure is just
Another load, but hey, it's fine. It's just a little bit of experience, but every 5 checks is like 50, so... every check that we fail is basically the potential chance that we could have gotten a level up, so... that's why I'm doing these reloads. Even if it is for meager experience.
just as I planned.
There we go.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Okay, nothing else beyond that, so I guess we explore around here. I think I've covered everything around here.
Is there money to be made?
Yep, pretty much everything here has been explored. Yep, they're just patrolling the area now at this point. Let's go see this owner of the planet. Let's see what's going on and why it's just in such turmoil. Who knows? Maybe we'll figure something out. The mansion. Let's do this. Usually before combat, you have a tactical phase where you are able to advantageously position your characters. However, sometimes you will be ambushed, and the tactical phase will be unavailable. Aeldari can help you predict some ambushes. But
Keep your wits about you.
until then, yep, we're just going to explore here a little bit and see what's going on.
I always have a backup plan.
Okay, more gossip, obviously, but whatever. It's just happenstance. Alright.
You lie on the price.
Upon seeing you, the guard at the door lets out a frightened yelp and doubles over into a low bow. Your lordship, the most honorable Vorg von Valencius, the governor is awaiting you in our office, where she is protected by walls and guards. Would you prefer to meet her with her alone or with your entourage? I'll speak to the governor alone. For now. Vistenza Janus Viat Ab Aram is furiously swiping a data slate, issuing commands into a gilded vox. Upon seeing you, she hurriedly puts away her devices, smooths her skirt, and drops into deep courtesy. Your lordship, expect my abject apologies for the reprehensible stunts that spoiled the reception. Even in my worst nightmares, I could not have imagined... You can stop apologizing, Vicenza. I'm not offended. Thank you, your lordship. Believe me, I'm infinitely sorry that the troubles of Janus have reached us even here, the most protected place on Janus. The companion standing next to Vicenza respectfully bows her head. She is doggedly trying not to turn her head towards you, but it's obvious she's watching you through her lowered lashes. One of your wardens helped us in battle. A superb shot. Who was it? You must be referring to Urilet, our chief ally in the struggle against the rebels. I've turned a blind eye to her horrific mutations given the undoubted advantages she brings. You see, Urilet comes from the local degenerate stock of the world and knows Janus like the back of her hand. So she has provided several leads as to where we can find bases and secret storehouses. Although I admit that at times I am tempted to send her away from the estate. Her unnaturalness means that speaking with her always leaves me feeling uneasy. Such a gaunt, unfeminine figure, so tall. If you wish to speak to Urilet, you'll find her outside in the orangery, most likely in the gazebo. She prefers to keep her distance from others. What's happening on the planet? Several months ago, uprisings broke out on Janus. I was not even notified at first. Griping worms are for wardens to worry about. Alas, I only learned of what was happening after miscreants began targeting noble families. Vistenza shakes her head. And then it became apparent as to what the Administratum's accounts have referred to as unrest, were in fact organized attacks on infrastructure and society leaders. They have already brought 13 agri-complexes to a halt, and have now moved on to assassination attempts. My wardens are doggedly tracking down the rebels, but their leaders are slipping from our grasp yet again. Can Janus fulfill its foodstuff supplies under current conditions? I risk angering you, your lordship, but this is nothing compared to shamelessly deceiving you. Let us consider the situation dispassionately. Even the most talented logistic experts of the Administratum are unable to guarantee stable tits when shuttles are wary of landing on a space portal. And the terrified peasants are indulging in a dangerous minority within their ranks. Until the usual order of things is restored on Janus, any trade is nigh impossible. Considering what has occurred, your visit is a true blessing. You see, Janus does not have its own fleet. We could organize a planet-wide search, if we had ships on our disposal. Ships like yours, your lordship. Perhaps you will find a way to support your subjects in their hour of need. I'm sure even approximate coordinates would be sufficient to have the ground forces and ship crew work together to hunt down the enemy. You want me to go off and catch some rebels for you? Not quite, your lordship. My wardens are crushing the lowly saboteurs across the planet relentlessly. But it will be for naught unless their nests are destroyed. Someone is controlling the riffraff who are pursuing these in thoughtless escapades, such as the one we witnessed today. And that someone could be hiding anywhere. You have resources and capabilities at your disposal, like the likes of which I could never hope to possess. Your ship alone is an unequaled asset for tracking down criminals beyond the borders of my influence. I will get to the bottom of this. I'm sure the rebels will have something to say to the master of their world. Bizenta inclines her head. I am immeasurably grateful for your assistance, your lordship. If any of those who attacked the estate have survived, then perhaps they could have been valuable sources of information. But you made an example of them for the rest of the foolish rabble. Incidentally, I did overhear the wardens talking about some kind of stranger in the area. Besides that, we still do not know who let those reparates into the estate. The person who did it might also know something. I, as well as my retinue, are at your service. My secretary is checking his staff as we speak and removing all traces of the attack from the estate. An esteemed Magos, who is responsible for ergonomic efforts on the planet, is also here. He happened to be visiting the week to deliver his personal reports. And of course, there is my aide in the war against the rebels, Urlet. I have no doubt she will be delighted to share her knowledge of Janus with your lordship. Footfall Station is on the verge of starvation. Can Janus supply the people there with provisions? Yes and no, your lordship. If the question is, can such an expansive and fertile world as this one feed a few thousand void rats? Of course it can. We lose more provisions to gnawing pests every cycle than those of Footfall could eat their entire lives. But can we ship said provisions to Footfall? Not a chance. Any cargo shuttle that leaves to the surface will be targeted for attack. The rebels will not hesitate to bring it down, sending flaming debris over the capital. Our silos could become targets for sabotage. Food could be poisoned or mined. The logistics of transporting supplies to Footfall will only be possible once the uprising has been completely crushed. Alright, I'm going to quickly go through these rest of these options and... yeah. I'm just going to go through those options and then get out. I'm going to wrap it up here, though, because we've managed to do quite a lot, and we are actually going to get our new companion, and I'm probably thinking about making Yirla... well, I'll go over that in later detail, but you'll understand what I mean next stream, but I digress. I'm going to wrap it up here. I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. I know I did. And I will see you guys next stream. Take care, everybody, and have a good day.